fellow geeks, and welcome to another episode of Tabletop Treasure Hunters. We are back for our first job in like quite a while because we had our holiday break. And tonight we have the Contract Consortium. Sadly, missing Alex tonight. She is under the weather. We tried to reschedule, but we decided it's best to just move on for tonight. So the counters have been adjusted, and we will continue with Paya for tonight. And then we have the Syndicate of Rites with Toby and Katie here with us tonight. And then also, most importantly, we have a special guest today. So we have Bill here with us, and we're going to introduce him right now. Let's talk about you, Bill. How about you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
I'm Bill. I'm a podcaster. I make a show. Well, I make two shows. I make a show called Escape This Podcast, where we do tabletop kind of audio versions of escape rooms. We design a new one every episode, and we have guests come on and play those, which is great. I enjoy it. And we also have a show called Solve This Murder, where I play a detective trying to solve murder mysteries that my partner creates. And I am terrible at that, and it's ridiculous. But you can find everything that I do at consumethismedia.com. I'm also on Twitch. I'll say hi in the chat right now. Hi. As Play This Game Live, where we play a whole bunch of games. We play, but the biggest thing we do every week is we play Nancy Drew, because it's full of mysteries and puzzles and things like that, which has been great fun. So you can follow us and catch us up there if you want to watch more stuff with me.
Very awesome. Sounds very good. I'll have our production drop in consumethismedia.com. You said correct?
Yep.
Very cool. We'll drop that in the chat, and he's in Twitch right there, everyone. So thanks, Bill. We're excited to have you. He's going to be playing a character named Mavis tonight, and we will be getting to Mavis shortly. Let's go ahead, and Toby, how about you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Toby. I am the GM of the Side Quest In podcast. If you want to check that out, you should. It's great. I also play Otis in this show, who is an investigator, Shuni, which is kind of like dog folk, like a anthropomorphic dog. I don't know if that's the right word, but he's great. He's part of Syndicate of Rites, arguably the best of the guilds. That's
new to me. Syndicate of Rites, formerly Company of Honor. There was some things.
We don't live in the past, so we don't like to bring that up.
Wonderful.
And I believe that racial background is called a goofy. He's a goofy.
Goofy. Yes, he's a goofy.
Perfect. All right. And how about you, Brian? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, I'm Brian. I play Paya on this thing. I tried to get my thoughts together. He's a Tengu tiefling, and he is not nice, but you know, as long as you're obeying the law, then he can't get you.
He can't get you. He's very nice to the Arbiter.
Oh yeah. No, he loves the Arbiter.
Yeah. Very good. Thank you, Brian. And Katie, tell us a little bit about you.
I'm Katie. I play Irina, who is a cleric of Norgarbur Dampier. I also am usually behind the scenes running the other level 1 Geek production stuff. So you'll basically see me here and maybe occasionally other places. And if anyone asks Irina to smile tonight, they will die.
That's, it could happen. Though she did smile last draft, and I think everybody was okay.
It doesn't count.
But nobody asks for that smile.
No.
Otis never asks.
Otis never asks.
Just happens.
It just happens.
Perfect. I'm Chase. I am the GM for this campaign. I'm going to be playing all of the friendly things that are definitely not going to harm the heroes tonight. So that's us. Very excited for the session tonight. Now, if any of you guys are unfamiliar with Tabletop Treasure Hunters, this is our Pathfinder 2nd edition, unsponsored, enthusiastic fan content homebrew campaign. That's a lot of words I just threw out, but that's what we're doing technically. So although this is our homebrew, the setting of Galarion, as well as the rule system, Pathfinder 2nd edition, along with many of the deities, characters, locations, etc. we're going to be using tonight, are owned by a company named Paizo. So thank you very much for your content, Paizo. We love your game. And yeah, that's it for the technicalities. Anybody who's watching in chat tonight, we do have some things for you guys to interact again this week. If you guys would like to see what kind of things you can do, you can hit the !engage and it should tell you a list of options that you can do with your chat interactions. We've got things ranging from bumping the affirmation meter up, which is that bar you see on the screen right now. You can bump it towards the hero side and buff their rolls, or if you guys are feeling sinister, you can bump it the other direction and boost all of the enemy rolls. Also, we have kind of a special thing tonight here with Bill involved. We always have this each week where we have the guild support bags. You can basically have one of our heroes here pull out a random item sent by their guild to help out. I want to point out one specific item in that tonight, which is a special contraption from Mavis. Mavis is a tinkerer who makes a whole wide array of contraptions. So if you guys would like to do that, then Bill is going to tell us what type of crazy contraption they pull out at that moment. And we're going to see how well it works as he wants it to. We also have, if you guys would like to share our stream here via adding us on Twitter or sharing it around on Facebook, etc., you guys can dish out hero points. Hero points are used by the heroes to either cheat death if they dump all of them, or each guild has their own special way to use them. Syndicate or Right has the enemy's reroll taken a minus and the worst result, and Contract Consortium will buff damage. And then Bill here has some special hero points tonight with Mavis to basically help his contraptions out in particular ways. And we'll get to that a little bit later as we see what they do. So yeah, we've got a whole lot more. Also check out our channel points, which are called mana points, down below in the chat. We've got some things you guys can do there as well. So that's it for you guys, chat. Before we jump into the actual session itself, one last thing I want to say, huge thank you to all of you guys for supporting us currently, whether you are subscribers or Patreons. We do have a list of our current Patreons, and Otis and Paya would like to give you guys a huge thanks tonight.
Yes. A big thank you to Real Life Unicorn, Brian Fitzpatrick, and Alex.
I would also like to thank the side question, Katie Young and Kimberly Young.
Wonderful. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you all a lot. We appreciate anybody who supports Patreons, subscribers, all of you. You guys help us do what we do, and it is very much from our hearts appreciated. Okay, so let's jump on into the session, guys. Now, if you guys watched the last job draft, you know that this next round of jobs is a little bit special for the next 4 weeks, as the First World Fortune Seeker Alliance and all of the guilds involved are finally deciding to take their move against the Lich Roan, who's been kind of pestering them all season in the background. His attacks have become more aggressive. He has made it personal by demanding the corpse of Kara Brightstead, or else he's threatening to attack more of your alliance members. He's been sending exploding corpses and undead attacking people all around Galarion, and you guys have had it. So the plan that they came up with, in which they have sorted out, is that they are going to split our heroes into 2 groups. The group that we have with us tonight, the Contract Consortium and Syndicate of Rites, are going to be following a guide named Mavis into the Sarkoris Scar. Mavis was able to supply some information to the Alliance of the location of Roan's Phylactery, the second half of his Phylactery. The Alliance already obtained the first half earlier in the season. Roan used some special magic to split it in 2, and this half he has very well protected, as word has it. And Mavis here supposedly knows where it's at. The Alliance has paid you a handsome extra sum, Mavis, to lead them yourself. They don't want to take any chances. This is very important. They didn't want to just take some directions or hand-drawn map. They want you leading them in directly. So the other party, which we'll get to next week, is going to be attacking Roan directly at his stronghold. All the Alliance guilds have rallied up and are going to be fighting over there while this group tries to take out the Phylactery. So let's jump into it. Players, you guys back in Absalom are all ready to go. Emmerich has helped you get your supplies ready. Otis has requested for some extra supplies in the form of cold iron weapons, and the Alliance has provided that. So if any of you guys would like to add cold iron to your weapons tonight, you won't add it to your official inventories because this is going to be Alliance lent weapons. They won't count towards your values, but your weapons, basically, you can just consider them cold iron tonight if you would like, as the Alliance is helping you move runes around and upgrade your weapons to that form for tonight. You guys get ready on your lightning glyphs. Emmerich is there back at headquarters with you. You are going to be meeting Mavis a good distance off from the Scar. Now, the reason you guys aren't teleporting directly into the Scar is there's some kind of interference that causes dangerous problems if one is to teleport in there. Kara has left Emmerich with a special stone and Emmerich will be presenting that to you. Are you all ready, adventurers, to go on this? It's a big day. This job is important.
Wait, who's saying this? Emmerich?
Emmerich.
Otis just looks at Emmerich.
I believe we're ready, Emmerich. We should be on our
Sure.
way.
That you should. Kara gave me this stone to give to you, and he's gonna give you this. It's like an obsidian rock. It doesn't look very special. It doesn't look very nicely cut. It just looks like sleek black obsidian, small enough to fit in the palm of your hand. Kara says if you can bring this to the shrine, then she can teleport to you when you're ready. Apparently, focus on it. Think about a message to Kara. She'll receive it and she'll teleport in. We've also decided, as you already know, Paya, to leave Themis behind as a bodyguard to Kara. We're concerned if Roan catches onto the plan, he's going to send somebody after her. She's crucial to this plan. Themis will be keeping an eye on her, and she'll be teleporting in with Kara when she's ready to go.
Excellent.
The Scar is a long travel. I've made sure you have supplies to get there. This is an important job. Take it seriously. Best of luck to you all. Any final questions before I send you off?
Otis shakes his head and pulls out his lightning griff stones.
Very good. Yep, you clack them together. Lightning strikes down, and these beautiful, majestic birds apparate, and you guys take off, and you head to the Scar. Now, it takes you guys about 4 days to get there. The Scar is a good distance away. We assume you guys get there fine with your travels. You have rations. You stop at nice camping sites. Maybe less nice than usual as you don't have the Arbiter here, unless Paya also demands high-class camping.
Always.
Always. Okay. High-class camping sites. A little out of the way for it, but you still get there in a nice, timely manner. Now, you guys are to meet Mavis at a large rock formation that was described, about 15-minute walk from the Sarkor Scar. As you guys are flying in, you can clearly see this large rock formation. It's some big toppled red stone in kind of an odd shape. It is a notable landmark. And you guys see a tiefling gentleman standing below this rock formation. And as you guys are flying in, you guys can see the Scar off in the distance. And this is a sinister looking place from a sky's view. It's just this twisted canyon of gray and red, almost sinisterly glowing rock formations. Just canyons upon canyons. There's toppled ruins. Everything looks kind of blighted in a way. But as you guys land on the outskirts, everything looks pretty normal at this point. So Mavis, you see these majestic lightning birds come crashing down. They make a loud thundering noise as they land next to you. And you see these three heroes land beside you.
I'm sorry, crashing? This is a graceful landing.
It's graceful with a crashing thunder following it. That's just what happens when they land.
Okay, I'll accept the thunder crash.
Not like slide crashing. Good clarification. Mavis, go ahead and tell us a little bit about your character appearance-wise and how he's reacting as these heroes come landing next to him. I believe you.
So as the birds fly down, you see Mavis is very excited looking at these birds. Clearly a tiefling, nice pointy ears as well. You think maybe possibly an elf. Mavis is dressed pretty. What's the word for things that aren't flashy? What's the word for things?
Modestly.
Modestly. That's what I want. Mavis is dressed pretty modestly. He's got a large bow sitting, not holding it. It's sitting, resting near a rock behind him. He's clearly been doing something while waiting. He must have been here a while because the whole area around his small little campsite is covered with little sprockets and gadgets and gizmos and bottles and bits of glass. So obviously been keeping himself busy. As the birds land, he approaches, but seems more interested in coming up and checking out these birds than he does to you. And he says, "Oh, hey, are you the adventurer people? This is a really cool bird. Do you mind if I just..." And he starts to grab one of its feathers.
Not just the lightning griff. It is not a bird.
Oh, cool. But like, just like these, you mind if I just like, these feathers look real nice. Do you mind if I like I can just take one, right? I can just take one.
I'll just
cool,
clap
thanks.
the stones so they disappear.
You feel the hairs on your arm standing up as you reach for it, and then they kind of just dissipate into lightning as he does that.
Do you know how expensive the feathers of a lightning griff are?
We are here to escort
Do you know how-
you.
Do you know how simultaneously expensive and useful the feathers of a lightning griff are? I mean, that seems like a waste. I don't know. I'm saying it seems like a waste.
These
Sorry,
aren't
hi.
real lightning griffs, boy.
Oh. Yeah, okay, well that seems fair enough then. Sorry to bother you about it.
I want to roll a perception check real quick on this guy's bow. Does it seem well used, or is this for show?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a perception. Also, your That's Odd is going to trigger Otis. He's got some very odd looking arrows in his quiver. They've got some sort of contraptions on the tips of them. You haven't seen arrows like that before.
In my entire life?
Your entire life.
Oh,
These
no,
look very
man.
unique.
Yeah,
Okay.
You've never seen anything like this.
27 for my perception.
27. His bow does not look super weathered. It looks used, but not like adventuring out in the harsh elements used.
Okay. I don't mention the weird arrows or anything. Just to clarify, we're escorting this guy. He's not leading us, right?
So he is leading you and you're keeping him safe.
Okay.
He knows the location of this shrine that you're looking for, the Phylactery.
He's our map.
He is your map.
Otis will just look at Paya and Irina and kind of raise an eyebrow.
The Alliance hired this.
I mean, like, just because you're rude but quiet doesn't mean it's any less rude. Yeah.
Oh,
like,
did you want me to speak louder? The Alliance hired you?
Yeah, the Alliance hired me. What do you? I don't understand the problem here. Like,
We are going to keep you safe. You lead the way. Let's get this over with.
okay, so like you say you're gonna keep me safe. Do you have experience with that sort of thing before? 'Cause, like, I don't know if you've been down to the Scar, but it's a pretty dangerous place, man. There's like I'm given an option. I was hoping I could just like kind of tell you like that it's down there and maybe be on my way.
That
rather
sounds
than, like,
lovely.
Go down again because that would I mean it's like
No.
it's kind of no.
Mavis.
I mean I could just tell, like it's down there. I could I don't really have to lead you in.
You'll
if-
be coming with us.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. Could you lead the way now, please?
I mean, I could. I'll tell you what. I'll like a good general. I'll lead from the back. So if you guys want to start walking, I'll follow, and
You
I'll sort of
won't.
direct you.
No. Mavis, you won't tell us what. You're going to be in front.
You are being paid to do a job.
Yeah.
You will lead us. and
Okay.
that's it.
Well.
There's no argument here.
All right. Well, I guess follow me, I suppose. And he reaches down. He gets his bow. He grabs his bags. He starts collecting everything. It's taking just a little bit too long.
Paya, you're so assertive when Themis is not here.
Yes. Did Themis remove your leash finally? Unclip your feathers?
Unclip my feathers.
You are more assertive than when the arbiter's around. It is merely an observation.
Let's go.
Mavis, something you would notice about Paya. Paya looks mostly like a Tengu, which is, kind of a bird folk. But you do notice some clear signs of tiefling heritage with him as well. Also, before we continue more, let's go ahead and let's get some blessings going because chat is giving you guys some blessings. So we have got 3 hero points for Katie, 3 hero points for Toby, and 3 hero points for Paya, as well as 3 hero points for Bill.
Wow.
I
Chat-
love that you said everyone's name, but you said Paya for Brian.
I don't know why. I do that every time. Anyways, everybody's got 3 hero points. And then chat very sinisterly gave me 11 villain points. So
Wow.
stay frosty, guys. Okay, also for blessings, we have got a moderate blessing. No, sorry, a minor blessing for Irina and Paya from the side quest and Katie. And you guys are both being blessed by Norgerber tonight. So we'll go ahead and get that put up on the screen.
It's not bugs.
It's not bugs.
No,
I know you
Norgerber
guys love the
is
bugs.
the best god.
Norgerber is Irina's deity. So you guys have your weapons become laced with some sort of unknown contact poison, but only while in your possession. Whenever you damage a creature the first time each round, you can choose to have that creature either enfeebled 2 or stupefied 2 for 1 round. Brian, that will extend to Paya's spells as well. Also, Bill is being major blessed by chat. Now, Bill, I haven't
major blessing.
I haven't talked to blessings about you very much. So what we're going to do for you, I'm going to roll what deity is blessing you, and I'm just going to apply some perks to you for that deity's flavor, so we don't have to make you worry about all the logistics of it. So let me roll that up and see who you're blessed by today. All right, Bill, you are blessed by Gorum, who is a god of... am I getting this mixed up, Toby? Help me out. I'm blanking who Gorum is. He's the god of
the
war,
dwarven god.
Dwarven
yeah,
god.
Gorum!
Okay, there you go. God of
Perfect for a
protection,
cave.
stone. Very perfect for a cave. So you got the major blessing from Gorum. Gorum loves you tonight. We will keep that in mind.
Well, I'm always on the lookout for more cool stuff. So hopefully that helps me, like, when we're going into the scar to, like, notice something, maybe like a gemstone or something I could take. That could be fun. I've always said, when Gorum blesses you, you get more gems.
Yes, it seems like that should be our priority tonight.
And you feel very
no,
confident.
I mean, I'm just okay. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I'm just saying, like, maybe if we see, if we see any, it'd be weird.
Everyone, keep your eye out for gems. And
yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, if you could just keep an eye out. Look, I'm keeping an eye out for an entrance to a Lich's lair. You just keep an eye out for gems, and that'll be fine. I think that's a good quid pro quo.
Mavis, you see a shine just below you. You see this very shiny rock that looks like it maybe is some sort of little precious gem beneath your feet.
Hold up, everybody! Whoa, hey, stop! Probably some clear danger or something. I'll just get this. And I grab the gem and I put it in my little pack.
Yeah, it's a little purple gemstone.
Nice.
You're stalling.
Hey, I'm just trying to be careful here.
Walk now.
I give you my word, we won't let harm come to you.
Okay. All right, well, let's just keep going then. I will keep going unless I see more gems.
Okay, so you're leading off and you are leading them to the scar, yes?
Yep, yeah, just heading straight down. I've been here before. I know where I'm going, and I'm gonna head straight into the scar. But obviously worried. I might have my bow out. I'm sure if there's any time something goes past, Mavis has a little bit of like, okay, well, no, all right, good, okay, yeah, we're good, all good.
Very good. Okay, you guys head off towards the scar. And it's about a 15-minute walk. Let's get some mood music. Players, I hope this isn't too loud for you. You guys can adjust your volume in the volume tab of Foundry if it's too loud for you. As you guys are approaching this scar, it's nice and sunny out as you guys are approaching it, but it seems like as you get closer, the sun just seems to get dulled out almost by nothing. Just unnaturally, the glow of the sun seems more dull. You don't feel the warmth on your skin as much, though the air does feel very hot and humid, although there's no moisture around to really explain the humidity. The grass at your feet kind of starts to, go from green to a nasty brown, and then eventually you're just on some rocky terrain. And Mavis, you do see the entrance that you last entered the scar here before. But as you guys are approaching, you guys see 3 armored figures kind of looking like they're almost patrolling the entrance. They do look humanoid. And in fact, you guys can see they have pointed ears and they do look like elf women wearing some sort of military attire. They seem to notice you and they just kind of stop and watch you guys as you approach.
I'm so sorry. I'm trying my hardest to make this less loud.
Oh, no, you're good. So there's on the top tabs, there's a bell. And then the playlist volume is what you'll want to slide down.
There we go.
Awesome.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I jumped it on you. I should have prepared you for that one. Okay, so 3 female elf military figures watching you guys as you approach. What are you guys doing?
I take 1 step backwards.
Do you know who these people are?
I don't think so. I mean, we're in the scar, right? There could be demons pretending to be elves.
Did you not come this way?
I mean, look, I came variations of this way. I was looking for stuff.
Variations of this.
I mean, I know where I'm going is what I'm saying. Things happen on the way.
So
You took 4 days to get here, man. I don't know what happened in 4 days. Lots of things, like people traveling.
Paya, would you go talk to these ladies?
Aya, you go talk to these ladies.
Can I roll a
Mavis?
perception?
Come with me.
You can. And also, Arena, as you guys are discussing, your guild bag feels heavy, and you know that something's just been sent to you.
Look in the bag.
So Irina pulls something out of the bag, and Mavis, you recognize this as one of your contraptions. What is it?
Oh, what is the contraption? Oh my gosh.
What is it?
This could
It's,
be anything you want.
I wish I knew what the problems with this situation are going to be.
They're giving it to you early. You got to prepare.
So you find like a little, it's like a little box. It kind of looks like a compass, but it seems to constantly be pointing to different things. It's definitely not pointing north. And as soon as you pull it out, Mavis kind of goes, "Oh, wait, where'd you even? Hey, where'd you get that? That's cool. I'm pretty sure I made that like a couple years back. I don't know why you. Oh, did I leave it with the? Okay, that thing's cool. Can I have it?
What is it?
It definitely doesn't help you find various gemstones.
She's not gonna hand it to you. She's just gonna hold on to it.
Okay.
What is it?
Just, it points at interesting stuff that's very relevant to your situation and not specifically mine. So tell me if it's pointing to anything nearby, and we'll check it out.
You're
That's
being.
definitely what it is.
She's just gonna put it back in the bag.
Okay.
You're
So,
being
like-
too vague, which means it's useless.
With your creations, I have secretly rolled to see the effectiveness of what you want it to do, and we'll see how that plays out. So you have an object, Arena, that you can do whatever you wish with that points to something of value.
Oh, it's definitely something relevant to you and not to me at all.
Yes.
Actually,
Exactly.
she's gonna pull it back out and look over at Paya. You hold on to this. I don't care to.
Okay, I'll take it.
I mean, I can keep it warm for you. I'm just saying.
No.
I can. Okay.
You are a stranger.
Put it away. Mavis, let's go talk to these soldiers, whatever they are.
As they're
Yeah,
walking up, can I perception to see if I notice any badges or emblems on these three?
For sure. Yeah, go ahead and roll. Actually, roll me a society.
Oh, that's great. I was not prepared for that. I have it though. It's ready. It's somewhere.
Nice.
Got it. Do we have
35
affirmation?
Wow.
So 37?
37 with the affirmation bar. Yeah, you clearly recognize they're in last wall military attire.
Oh. Does it look legit?
It does look legit.
Oh. Otis will wave at them as the other two are walking up to them, and he'll just yell,
Hello, soldiers.
Yeah, they clearly have like a hand on their weapons, just kind of as a precautionary thing. They wave to you as you're approaching.
I
Hey,
wait back.
Do you want to take the lead on this one? Because I'm just like, I know where a
Yes.
door is. That's kind of my role here.
Very useful. Hello, soldiers.
Now, as you guys are approaching, you can see all three of these soldiers are women. One of them, the one on the left currently, appears to be a half elf with some bleach white hair. One in the center is an elf with some straight yellow eyes that almost seem to glow a little bit. Beautiful long red hair. And the one on the right has also red hair, but a little more of an orange color to it. Also an elf woman. More standard eyes, but pink color for the eyes.
Okay.
They nod to you as you approach. What brings you out here?
We're
Well, I'm actually here leading him to the entrance
no,
to the witch's lair.
Mavis.
They kind of look at Mavis, raise an eyebrow, and look back to Paya, looking for.
We're on official
Sure.
business from the Treasure Hunters Alliance.
I see. The Scar is a dangerous place, you know. Are you sure you want to be out here with just four of you?
Do I want to? No. But I'm going. Yes.
And what was your business, did you say?
We are searching for something, a contract that we've been hired to find something for the Fortune Seekers Alliance. something that I cannot freely discuss.
I see. Would
It's
you like
not the door to a
escort?
Lich's lair. That's not what we're looking for.
Oddly specific.
Yeah, I know. It's like a talking dog or something.
Mavis?
What's your combat experience? The red-haired one in the center, the tallest yellow-eyed elf, is the one who seems to be leading the conversation.
Who's she asking? Just both of
It's
us?
just all of you. She's kind of looking all around. They're waving in Otis and Arena closer as well.
Otis
I'll
will
wave him
go
over, too.
slowly, but he's paying close attention to their weapons.
As you get closer, Otis, that's odd triggers. Their armor looks like they have been in a fight recently. You see puncture wounds through the armor and scrapes, and it looks battered up and not recently polished. Looks like
Okay.
they've definitely been in a scrap.
That's great. Can I roll a perception to see if this armor fits them? And if it fits them, like standard issue, like I imagine if they're in the last wall, may they rest in peace, armor, it would fit them. So I just want to see if maybe it's not actually their armor.
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception.
Um, 28.
The 28. Yeah, it looks like it fits them nicely. It looks like it's custom made to fit them specifically. It also looks like it's officers' armor.
Interesting. Otis will speak up as he's walking forward.
Have you encountered any dangers down here by chance?
Have we encountered any dangers? Many. Sarkora's scar is crawling with demons.
And what business do you have down here?
We're on patrol.
What are you patrolling for?
Strange activity that happened about a week ago.
Can you go into details?
Not until you go into more details with what you're doing down here.
We're down here to put an end to a lich. You asked
Lich?
for experience. We are the most highly requested group of adventurers this side of the continent.
A big resume. Roll a diplomacy, Otis.
Heck yeah. I actually get a bonus on this. Let me. 31.
31. Yeah, they kind of smile and nod. We'll escort you. We have a patrol to do anyways. It's safer to stick in numbers around here.
I think we'll be okay on our own.
We insist. Yeah, go ahead and roll me the broken eye icon on your sheet, Katie, so that I can see a
Slytherin.
secret perception.
There you go. +2.
I mean, they seem like they seem a little bit wary of you, but they also seem like they generally want to keep you safe. You're not sensing
Okay.
anything sinister.
Not like a hey, we're gonna escort you from behind with our knives in your back.
Yeah, no, they seem more generally concerned about your safety and wary about how confident you're being about your cause here.
Before you escort us, tell us, what company do you serve in?
They give you some sort of like very official military company. You could roll society to see if it's legit.
That was my next question. 40.
40, yeah. You know that it's actually a pretty notable company from Last Wall that is indeed tasked to kind of patrol the remnants of Sarkora's Scar.
And like when they mention their commanders and stuff, it all checks out.
It does, yeah. They're
Awesome.
very knowledgeable. All the military knowledge seems spot on.
Otis will walk up and stick his hand out.
Name's Otis. You may call me Inspector. Pleasure to meet you. What were your names?
Inspector, nice to meet you. I am Soraya. This here, she gestures to the white-haired one, is Arya. And this here, she gestures to the last one, is Gemma.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Would you
Indeed.
like a cigar?
No, thank you. We like to keep our substances clear.
Very
on
well.
patrol.
While they're talking to Otis, can I pull Pius subtly aside, just like to just give a little. Hey,
Yeah.
Maybe like now's the time to mention that when I found this door, my friend died. That was kind of shit. But when I found the door, I got knocked out and abducted by a group of shadowy figures. I never really saw who they were, but they were asking a lot of questions about what I was doing there. And I'm now thinking maybe if we're hanging out, there's a group of kind of weird figures. I don't know if they're the people who found me or if they work with them. I'm just like putting that in there just to sow a bit of doubt, because maybe that doubt should be sown. I just thought I'd mention it quietly to you.
You notice, Mavis, as you're talking to Paya, the white-haired one, who's quite a strikingly beautiful woman, kind of smiles over at you, and she gives you like a little flirty wink.
Thank you, Mavis.
Otis, that's odd triggers. You notice it.
This is useful info. I'm going to walk back over to these three. And okay, Chase, how visible is like a zone of truth if I throw one down?
It's
You
quite
have to
visible.
shout the words "zone of truth" as loud as
Zone of truth!
Zone of
It's
truth!
It's like
excuse me.
a dazzling display with somatic and verbal components and some materials, or I guess you're a sorcerer, so extra somatic components. So you're doing like some bending motions at like the very
Okay.
least.
Ladies, we're grateful to have your assistance, but would you mind answering some few questions before we go?
While he's saying that and I'm shaking their hands, can I use my scent ability to see if they smell like the ancestries they claim to be?
Yeah, just a quick subtle smell.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a perception, Otis.
You want the
give
eye?
me the broken eye one, yeah.
It's not a broken eye. It's a
Uh,
blind eye.
They smell like elves.
All right, they're
Like anything
great.
else that you smelled, yeah.
I'll let
sorry,
Paya do his thing.
Okay, so first I'm just going to start with my lie to me feat
Okay.
and just try and catch him in a lie and say, have you by chance seen any other people around here lately over the last several days? Shadowy figures, per se?
We've seen many shadowy figures around here. As I said, it's infested with demons. Demons can be fickle. Demons can take many forms. And you feel like that's checks out.
And how long have you been here?
We've been patrolling for 3 days now. Got into a couple of fights. We lost somebody. Rest his soul.
And do I know how long Mavis has been here?
Mavis, you've probably been here for a couple days waiting for them to arrive. And yeah, you would know that.
I've heard word that someone I know was attacked and killed here recently, and you wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
I'm guessing that's the same activity we're looking into.
Man, can I roll? This is eating me up.
That is not an answer.
Can I roll a sense motive on that wink? I really got to know what that meant.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a secret perception.
I'm just an attractive guy.
Irina is watching Mavis like a hawk. Like she's not taking her stony eyes off of him.
Otis,
Mavis would like to go up to
Mavis.
yeah.
Oh.
Mavis would like to go up to Irina and pull Irina aside and go, "Hey, so if that thing I gave you detects whether or not someone's going to betray us, so if you could just give it to me, I don't know. I can't lie to you.
Why would Mavis
Sorry.
just tell me that? I have the thing.
She leans forward and like gestures him in. It would not be smart to lie to me, ever, if you want to make it out of this scar alive. Are we clear?
Yeah, okay, that's pretty clear. So instead, what I'll do is I'll say, I got attacked by some people when I found the door. And now there are some people here, so I don't know if we wanted. Maybe we can just we can all just move on and just see if they stop us. I don't know. I don't know how you guys handle these sorts of things.
Why do you think we're questioning them?
Well, I'm just saying.
Please lead the way.
I mean, we're already 43 minutes into the stream. We could just keep going.
Then start walking.
Okay, I'll just go. Maybe start walking past them, see what happens.
I'm gonna stay behind these three.
Yeah, so the white-haired one is going to go following Mavis. The other two are going to keep chatting with Paya. It looks like your party is leaving. Are we accompanying you or not?
If you wish to follow us.
You would be foolish not to accept it, I'm going to be honest. How much do you know about the scar?
We know
prepared?
enough.
Are you prepared for the weather?
Of course.
You know anything about dimensional rain?
Of course.
Sounds like you're ready to go then.
I said that in the beginning. But
Well,
your help is appreciated.
Lead on then, Inspector.
That one's leading the way.
He'll point to Mavis.
They'll nod and they'll go catch up to the white-haired one who kind of like jogged up right next to Mavis. I'm here to help keep you safe in here.
Well, I mean, look, on a fundamental level, like, thanks. I suppose that's good. You're just kind of creepy about it. So, I don't know.
I'm sorry. It's terribly unprofessional of me. My name's Arya.
Let's get to know each other better so you seem less creepy. Who are your three favorite performing artists from your town of birth?
Oh, from my town of birth, Cedric, the actor from Magnamar, is wonderful, of course. Have you ever heard of the Tumbling Goblin Troupe?
Are you kidding me? I made their shoes. You know how they tumble so high? Their shoes go like patow every time they jump. I made that. And they didn't pay me for it. They said it was for exposure.
Oh, so rude of them. Actors can be so asinine.
Right? So, you know, they're okay, I suppose, but I like you. Okay, let's go, guys.
Before we move on, Otis wants to just kind of slink back to Irina and whisper to her.
We should probably convince this fool to wear the eye patch.
Probably.
Tell him he can find all the gems he wants.
Yes, he seems simple enough that he would accept that. Irina's gonna catch up to Mavis. Mavis.
Arya's walking right next to him. They're friendly talking about performers and whatnot.
Nice.
You want to find more valuable gemstones, yes?
Oh, no, that's not my number one priority right now.
We just had the conversation about lying.
We did. So it'd be weird if I lied now, wouldn't it?
She holds up an eye patch with a pirate god symbol.
He takes it with no explanation. That's cool.
Yes, put it on.
That's great.
Put it on. Great.
So when you put it on, your vision changes slightly immediately. Everything kind of gets like a little bit blurry, but certain things are like put more into focus. Particularly, you're starting to see like little gemstones in the walls of the canyon that are very clear, almost glowing with this aura to you now.
Oh,
I'm taking your perception down by a training, so your perception's going to lower.
I got all these other people to perceive for me.
Is Paya still walking next to these three elves?
Yeah, the other two are walking with you. The white-haired one is up there with Mavis.
I'm gonna, excuse me, go on ahead. I have to make water, and kind of turn around and walk back a little bit.
The one that hasn't been speaking very much, Gemma, she's going to turn around. I can watch your back if you'd like.
I'd prefer you didn't watch me.
Well, of course not, but I mean, I could stand near.
That's
Fine.
kind of weird.
Just keep your distance. I'm shy. And
Make sure there's no aberrant worms in the cliffside before. Just be careful.
oh, he's only gonna go like 20 feet away from her. And
Okay.
he's gonna pull out that compass thing and just try it out and say, I'd like to be pointed to somebody who wants to betray me. and see if it points in any direction towards these people.
It points directly at Gemma.
Okay. I'm gonna act like I'm done peeing and then walk back over.
Stop. I have to. We were told that this points out gems, and now it's pointing at a Gemma.
So who knows?
Logic.
Well, he said it would point out what we need or desire, not what he needs or desires, which would be
that's right.
gems.
Definitely not what he needs or desires.
That's right.
Oh no, definitely not what I need. No, it would never just point to gems. That'd be crazy. Surely.
Okay.
Cool. Can I keep leading the way?
Yeah, for sure. Are you grabbing any of these gems along the way?
Oh, every single time I pass one, I pretend that there's some. I'm like trying to take a moment to be like, oh wait, which way? Which way were we going again? Oh, let me just. And I'll bend down to tie my shoe and start trying to sift through the ground for anything interesting. Same if I see any plant that looks kind of interesting.
Yeah, some of the plants even glow, and you don't have to work that hard. You pluck them right out, and you're getting so many.
Yeah, every single thing I pluck straight into a little bag. Hopefully not too long. Just oh yeah, it's real dangerous here. Oh, this stuff has no real dangers at all. I'll just put that in my bag. We'll keep going this way.
Arya seems to notice you pick one of the gemstones up when you're kind of trying to be subtle about it. I also like gems.
Oh, nice. What's your favorite gem?
I like anything purple.
Nice. Look at this one. And I show a purple gem that I found earlier.
Oh, that's lovely. I
Right?
wish I found one like that.
Listen, if you hold it up to your ear, it sounds like demonic screaming.
Totally does.
Right?
That's
Cool.
That's so interesting. She's kind of standing there awkwardly as if like expecting something.
Hey, if I find another one, I'll let you know.
She kind of like makes like a squinching sound and like rubs her head. Oh, sorry, flash of a headache. Yeah, please do.
I would like to knowledge something on whatever that was.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna roll you a secret knowledge.
Great.
She seemed to get just an inexplicable headache.
Irina's gonna draw her short sword and have her shield at the ready.
I'm gonna walk up to Otis as well and try and leave these two behind me that have been walking next to me. Otis, and I'll say as I like walk fast towards him, I've got a question for you.
Of course, Maya.
And I want to whisper to him when I know I'm in good distance from the three mystery people.
Yeah, you get out of distance from them. They give you
Okay.
more space as you're trying to fall back.
And I'm going to pull the compass out again. Is it still pointing at Gemma?
It is.
And I'm going to hand it to Otis and say, well, first I'm going to say, do you see that it's pointing at Gemma, Otis?
Indeed, I do.
And I'm going to hand it to him and say, I want you to speak to it and ask it to point to someone who wants to betray you. So when he grabs it, does the needle just point somewhere else before he says anything?
It stays pointing at Gemma.
Okay.
Otis,
The compass show me someone who will betray me.
Yeah, it shakes slightly and then keeps pointing at Gemma.
Otis will look at you, Paya.
Is this like that time at the castle?
It might be if we trust this device.
Indeed, that Gemma did not say much.
I could get them in a zone of truth and see if they're willing to speak truth to us.
While we're back here, can I roll another perception with this additional knowledge on Gemma specifically?
You sure can. As soon as we acknowledge that Paya, your blessings increase to moderate from
Yay!
Undoing.
Thank you.
You can mark a target to perish and choose an ally or yourself you wish to make that happen. Ally you choose feels a compulsion, though they don't have to kill your target. And they get a +2 to all attack rolls against your target and increase their damage by their level.
Amazing.
Is that a status bonus?
It's its own blessing.
Okay,
bonus.
so it would stack with my thing that I
Yes, it
speak
would.
that I can't remember the name of right now. Okay, cool.
What did you want to roll on, Otis?
With this new knowledge of Gemma, I want to roll a perception check to see if I notice anything weird or like get a sense of anything from her.
She doing
Now
this?
that I'm like, does she have a hairless cat she's petting?
Yeah.
Like, just any evil vibes, evil, like gonna betray us type of vibes.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and roll me a secret perception.
You got it.
You're not picking up anything sinister from her, though you do perceive a rolling thunder that kind of goes across the sky, and immediately rain starts falling down. It just starts out of nowhere. There's no clouds above. The sun still kind of seems like that dull, muted brightness that it shouldn't be. And as the rain starts hitting you guys, it feels just like normal rain, except you all notice something odd is that your mouth tastes like blood as soon as it starts hitting you. It's not getting in your mouth, just when you get wet, you taste blood. Oh, this is the dimensional rain we were talking about. We better get to shelter.
Lead the way.
We know about a bridge. Is this one leading?
Yeah, I'm in the lead.
Mavis, was it?
Yep, that's my name.
Did you pass by a bridge on your way here? We know of a bridge just up ahead. You do remember passing under a bridge a little ways.
Yeah,
up ahead.
I think I passed by a bridge. Oh yes, there were mushrooms under the bridge. Yes, 100%. Yep. I call it Mushroom Bridge.
Oh, the one we were thinking of didn't have mushrooms, though. Maybe it's a different one. Either
Well,
way,
it doesn't have any mushrooms anymore. I did pass by.
I see. Well, any bridge will do. Lead the way. I need everybody to make me fortitude saves.
What did you
Got
say?
it.
Oh no. Where's my thing? There it is.
23 from Otis.
25 for Marina.
31 for Mavis. Look
31.
at him.
31. I'm
33
healthier now than I
chat.
was before the save.
Okay, yeah. You guys all taste this blood in your mouth. That's all we're going to speak about for now. Okay. So you guys follow Mavis. And sure enough, up ahead, you guys do see a bridge up ahead. We're going to get to Foundry here. Let me get you guys to a map.
Irina's gonna go up to Otis because she's noticed the talking that she hasn't been a part of. What is happening?
It seems that whatever this compass is telling us that Gemma will betray us. We should stay vigilant.
Irina will nod and then fix her gaze upon Gemma and kind of like note it. Chase, I'm using Mark for Death.
On Gemma?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Gemma is marked for death.
See, what's cool about bridges like this is even in rocky places like here, the shade is so constant that it means that you'll get things like mushrooms forming. If you're ever walking, you think, I need some mushrooms, you'll look for bridges like this. It's the second best thing compared to caves. Caves, bridges, and then like grottos, but I don't really know if a grotto's a cave. But that's what you look for.
Thank you, Mavis. Thank you.
You know how much these cost at market? You come down here, you find these, and you grab these mushrooms here, you're saving yourself like 30 gold over a year. It's crazy.
Whoa,
Mavis,
what's
as
this
you're
blue guy?
As you're talking, this weird teleportation looking effect happens right in front of you, and there's this spiky looking sinister devilish creature right in front of you that's just smiling. Are you Paya?
I am.
It looks over at Paya. Are any of you reacting to this?
Yeah, Otis wants to step in between it and
That's
Paya.
my reaction.
Irina's gonna watch.
Mavis, please. I'm here to serve you, Paya.
Oh,
Courtesy of Contract Consortium and the Arbiter.
excellent. I knew Themis would come through somehow. Follow us, then.
Hey, whoa, hey, no, don't follow us. I don't want more demons. What are you doing? Look at him, he's
Mavis.
blue and scaly.
I'm
What are you
not
talking
a
about?
demon. I am a devil, and you best fix your vocabulary.
Oh, okay, sure.
I like this guy.
Like,
For
oh
chat,
wait, no,
this is
wait. Is everybody okay with this? This is ridiculous.
Yes, we are fine with it.
Okay, well, I
You
guess the
should be
devil can lead
silenced
the
this
way.
second.
Keep
Don't
your
worry.
voice down.
If I bite, it'll be ripping your throat out. It'll be quick.
This is not reassuring.
Mavis, you're not helping the situation.
What do you mean the situation?
You didn't even ask his name.
I don't need to know his name. He's a devil.
What
Who
is your
been sent to
name?
help us?
All of the
No,
last wall
this name's-
soldiers.
This
draw
name is not
their
going to be helpful.
weapons.
I'm just saying, you ask his name, he's going to be like, oh, I'm like Throat Ripper, King of Blood. I don't need to know.
That is my name now. That's a good
His name is
one.
Throat Ripper, the King of Blood.
Throat
Who invites a
Ripper.
Blood King on a mission?
Throat Ripper, why don't you walk next to Mavis until he shuts up, and then you can follow me.
Yeah, I'll be your escort. Let's go, Mavis.
Plan.
Okay, we'll go this way. And he sprints as fast as he can to the bridge.
Wait,
As,
did you say that those three drew their weapons?
Yeah, they drew their weapons, and as they see that like the majority of you are calm, they kind of give the devil a dirty look, and then they sheathe their weapons.
Okay, so they hate devils. That's promising.
Okay, so you guys are heading up towards this bridge, yeah? Continuing on.
Yep.
All right, so you guys go under the bridge here. As you do, you're able to take shelter under it from the rain. The taste of blood immediately leaves your mouth as soon as you get out of the rain. Well, I think it's best if we wait it out here.
What is this rain?
Short term, it doesn't do much to you. Long term, it can have some nasty effects. It can send you across the plane if you suffer enough force.
To a specific plane?
Random. Very dangerous. You all want to set up a bit of a rest here? Take turns taking watch?
That is fine.
Just saying.
Um,
The rain turned up the same time the demon did. Maybe we get rid of the demon, there'll be no more rain. That seems reasonable to me. Okay, who wants to kill him? Hands up.
Put your hand down and sit down.
Arya kind of raises her hand.
Ah, look, I got a hand up over here.
Otis wants to get up next to Mavis. Is that his name? Your name, Mavis?
No, my name's
Maven?
King of Blood, because apparently that's the kind of names we're fine with here.
I'll give you some advice. We don't need you conscious for this whole trip, just to give us directions. Do you understand what I'm
that was
saying?
the whole crux of what I couldn't do. Wait, no, the entire point was that I couldn't just give you directions. Don't bring this out now like it's a threat.
I'm just telling you, we don't need you conscious for the whole trip.
And Otis will like tighten up his hand wraps.
Arya's gonna kind of defensively step in front of him.
You don't want to do that, girl.
Not a very noble inspector threatening someone.
I never
I'm
claimed to
sworn
be noble.
protect. Mavis, there's a tower up there. We could go away from this
shotgun.
nasty inspector.
Yep.
Let's go.
All right, shotgun the tower. See you later.
You
Bye.
can stay here under the bridge, Inspector.
I wanna
Mavis.
roll. Well, I just want to know if their hatred of this devil is just basic hatred that a lot of people have for devils. We're law-abiding. You should not fear law-abiding people.
Yes,
Of
you
the,
should.
Of the soldiers?
Laws
Yeah.
are just a way
Yeah.
for systematic oppression to work its way forward. I don't. Oh, it's legal, so that's not how it works. I should always be fearing law-abiding people.
Paya, you pick up, they have like a seething hatred. Like you saw like a look in there, like they're shooting daggers at that devil.
If I could be shooting daggers, I would literally be shooting daggers at this devil.
I would know. Paya would know. Demons and devils don't get along, right?
They don't. That's true. You
Is
do
that
know
something Paya would know?
that for sure.
Okay, they're sus.
When she steps up to take Mavis, Otis wants to like reach a hand out to stop her and touch her with his cold iron and see if it does anything.
Okay. Yeah. Make it athletics.
Dude, I am all about this.
I know you are.
Uh, 29.
A 29, because the chat. Hey, look at that. With a 29, you do kind of grab her gently with your gauntlet. You see a sizzle, and she pulls her arm away. Ah.
I immediately grapple her.
Okay, let's roll initiative.
Who are you grappling?
The white-haired lady, the one who went up to Mavis.
This one right here. Okay.
What's that one's name?
Her name was
Arya.
Arya.
Oh, that's Arya.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
While rolling initiative, may I roll athletics for my initiative because that's what I'm triggering combat with, or do you want me to roll perception?
You sure can.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me in athletics. So there's an initiative tab, Bill. It is the kind of crossed swords second tab in your list, and you can just click the dice right by Mavis. And
I
roll
already
for
did
you.
it.
Oh,
Game Master.
You're ahead of me.
My perception's better. I'm gonna keep that.
Okay, so let's go ahead and stop this weather for the combat. Let's get some combat music.
35 for Otis.
It didn't put my initiative in.
What was yours?
I think I rolled it before the tracker was open. I got 31.
31.
Can
Guess
you
what?
adjust
got
mine to a
33.
35?
35, sure can.
Also, did everyone, was that sizzle enough that like Irina and Paya would have noticed it?
No, it was pretty subtle.
All
It
right.
was like you saw like skin burn, and I mean, they probably saw her flinch, but they probably didn't notice that it was from your cold iron touching her.
I trust that they trust Otis. Like they've been around him enough.
Okay. Okay, Arena, you see her flinch. Ow! What is on your hand?
Irina's got her blade out.
Ooh.
What
Do
did
I-
you just say?
Does Paya know that Otis had cold iron?
Yeah, he's got cold iron like brass knuckles.
Okay, so at this point, Paya would probably clue in.
I think at that point they're just cold iron knuckles.
Yeah.
Okay. Arena, it's your turn.
Irina will. Why is she over there? This is terrible placement.
And you guys are under this bridge, by the way. So you guys
Under
are
the
free
bridge.
to go. Yeah.
Cool. She will. You know, do things, I'm sure, because combat. She's going to. I can move through. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna move through Mavis for 5.
Yep, right up against the cliffside under the bridge.
Okay, so I'm up against the cliffside here. She's gonna point her short sword at her and say, "You have one chance to explain before I take my sword to your neck." And I'm gonna intimidate her.
Sure.
26.
She looks at you and starts like quivering. The inspector, he hurt me somehow.
Yeah, she doesn't believe that. She's gonna swing. Nothing channeled because I don't have the actions for it. So
As you draw your weapon, these other two are going to say, "What are you doing?" Bringing out Lastwell officers to off them. I see how this is.
it's 35 altogether.
A 35 against Arya, and she's marked for death. You got that as well, correct?
Gemma was the one marked for death. I'm
Gemma,
being
that's right.
honest.
You crit.
A crit.
Oh!
Nice.
In 2E, Bill, if you exceed armor class by 10, you crit.
That is 28 30 damage with chat.
30
Right?
damage. Affirmation doesn't add to your damage.
Oh wait,
just
so
your
28 damage.
Did you add cold iron to your weapon?
No, what's the extra damage on that one?
Oh, you don't know. You don't know if there's. I'm just
No.
asking, is your weapon cold iron?
Yes,
Like,
it
did you-
is cold iron. Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah, so you cut her, and like that slash like across her shoulder, she kind of gets her shoulder up the way trying to catch the armor, it leaves like this sizzling smoke rising up in the air. Ouch! What are you doing to me?
You don't cold iron. We're not idiots here.
What is cold iron?
She doesn't believe. That's all. My turn. I moved, intimidated, struck.
All right, Otis.
All right, devise a stratagem first, as always. Oh, 17 on that. So, if I move here, am I under the? It's not letting me. If I move there, am I under the bridge enough to not be hit by the rain?
Yeah, just barely.
Okay, because I'm small.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna move there to get flanking, and then I saw the sizzle, so instead of just grappling her because Irina's going all sword crazy, Otis is just gonna punch her with his cold iron knuckles.
Yep, go for it.
That is going to be a 36.
36 is gonna crit. She is flat-footed right now as well as you're flanking. She seems helpless and frightened and confused.
Hold on, before I hit her, I want to do this action first. I wanted to perception check her pleas for help, like sense motive it.
Yeah, for sure. Go and roll me a secret perception. They seem genuine.
They do?
They do.
Does anyone else? Does Gemma?
Tears like going down her face as this cut is sizzling. The other two seem angry.
Oh man.
Okay, I know what I'm gonna do.
Okay, Otis is gonna use his next action before he attacks her. Oh no, that's it. Nope, he's gonna punch her. That's what's happening.
Following through?
That same roll. Yeah.
Okay.
54 damage.
So 54 damage. You she turns to try to deflect herself. You just get her right in the face. And as you do, her cheek sizzles. You hear her neck crunch with that force that you hit her. And she just falls over limp. And as she does, you see her shape kind of start to melt away. Her eyes turn red. Some short horns grow out of her head, and these large wings start to sprout from her back.
So she looks like a demon.
She looks like a demon.
Not upset. No cap. Okay, that's it for Otis. Also, 54 damage is the most Otis has ever done.
That was a lot of damage.
That's
a good crit.
Okay, that's it. We had one punch. Look at this, Irina and Otis.
Okay, Paya, you're up.
Oh my gosh. I want to do a
down. You just murdered a woman.
I want to do a perception as well to see if these two are being honest.
Yeah, are they not alarmed by the fact that there's now a demon?
They don't seem to notice it. They look so angry.
Where is this secret roll thing?
So it is if you double click your character sheet, there's like an eye with a slash through it under perception. It's just below your AC on your character sheet.
Why? Oh, I see it. Okay.
They seem legitimately angry. You catch one of them like seems to notice the wings and looks a little bit confused, and then they're just staring.
I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth.
Okay.
That's instant.
Cool.
Right? And then for my last action, I guess I'm gonna ask and say, "What is happening here? Why did she just turn into that?"
Okay. They're gonna make their saves for your Zone of Truth.
Does that cover me too? Does Otis need a save? Is it big enough?
It is a
20-foot, 30-foot area. You can use the little area tool for that if you want Pi to put that on. I think it gets everybody though. Okay.
Oh, do you want to roll that for me? No,
you're good.
I rolled a
Otis,
natural
yeah,
20.
You're good.
Yeah, you're good.
Do I need to make a save?
Yeah, go ahead and make me a will save. Mavis.
I will.
Wow. 31. What's your DC, Paya?
27.
27. Okay, so you can tell lies still, but you have a minus to your deception if you try to lie to somebody. This one here, Soraya, does not speak. Gemma looks angry. We owe you no answers.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else for you, Paya? Oh, you sense motived, and then you use own
Yeah.
truth. So
I'm gonna have my. Oh wait, I didn't give my devil any
he gets
actions.
one action
so
regardless. So what?
Okay.
But I think right now, I don't think he's just kind of looking around, like wondering what's going on.
yeah.
Okay, Mavis, you're up.
Well,
You just saw these adventurers beat down Arya, and she turned into some kind of creature.
My first action will be to be famous by buying followers and subscribers at bigfollows.com. You can't silence the voice. You can't silence us.
Nice, very good. Gotta love that in chat.
All right, so now I know Pathfinder 2e, tax of opportunity, things like that are different. I should be able to run without worrying about that if they haven't taken a turn.
Some things have attack of opportunity, but it's pretty
It's
uncommon.
not general, right? Yeah, cool.
Mhm.
My first move is to stride. I'm going to move. I'm going to go. I've got 35 movement. So let's
So
go
7
1,
squares.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight out into the rain.
He is.
I'll be off your
fast. You gotta
screen.
see him run. Yeah, he's fast.
You got to zoom out to catch me.
Strangely, as fast as Otis.
Both fast.
And so I think, look, at this point, Mavis is freaking out. So I'll go and like, oh my God, why is everybody a demon? This is absurd. I shouldn't have come down here. He pulls his bow, which I'm assuming I didn't have out if we were resting. So I'll take that as an action.
Sure.
And I'm going to fire, and I'm going to use some of my fancy arrows.
Yeah. Which one are you gonna use this time?
Well, let's have a look. Frostbite, storm, quake. I don't want to be chased by these demons. I'm gonna try a quake arrow.
Okay.
And I'm gonna fire. Oh, it's only respect to my fellow players that I'm not firing at that devil. Because I want to fire at that devil.
I feel like he just broke the fourth wall with me. Like I feel like you've invaded my world.
So I'm going to fire at. I was going to say the red-headed one. They're both red-headed. The one who's right in the middle here. Can I ping? How do I ping?
You click and hold left click.
Ping. That one.
Okay, gonna take a shot at that one with
Yep.
Quake Arrow. Did you say?
Oh yeah, quake arrow.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead. Now you do have hero points, so if you would like, you can spend a hero point before the shot, and if you have a bad reaction on your gadget, I will twist it to be helpful for you.
I am so lost now. Where's my?
So if you click your token, and then if you see strike up on the top left when you click
There
your
we
token.
go. There it is. I lost my strike. Yeah, so let's fire with this +1 striking composite longbow.
Very
Just click
nice.
the bow. Pow. Oh, 4. I think I
Okay.
hit.
So that is a 22, but it's a 24 because chat has affirmated the heroes, which is gonna hit,
Nice.
but just barely. And you used no hero point here, correct?
No, I can't remember what my hero point does.
So it'll make it so if there's a bad effect of your gadget, it'll make it so it twists to be in your favor.
No, let's just fire.
Okay. I need everybody to make me reflex saves right there.
Absolutely.
And then go ahead and roll your damage, which should be next to the composite bow. There's a damage button as well.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
33.
26.
26. Okay. All right, so that arrow does 16 damage to Gemma here. The arrow lobs at her feet, and as it does, rocks kind of shoot up and impale her in the back of the leg, and it just makes this huge quake under the bridge. Irina, you fall prone. Gemma falls prone. Soraya falls prone, and everybody else is good. So this just shakes the earth as this like lobbing arrow just hits the ground. All right, so you moved, you drew your bow, you took a shot.
fine.
So that is Mavis.
And as my
Okay.
free action, I'll just say, I don't like any of you. What are you doing?
Beautiful. Okay. So it is Soraya's turn. She is going to put a hand on Paya and say, please, you look like the only reasonable one here. They're killing us. You have to kill them first. And her eyes flash with purple. And I need you to make me a will save, Paya.
Okay.
Oh, what a roll.
35.
Yeah,
37.
So 37 puts it at a critical success. So you know that she just tried to dominate you. But you resisted it. And as you resist it, she yelps and she grabs her head kind of in the same way that the other one did when he didn't give her a stone.
Oh, no.
And then as her last action, she's going to drop this form. The armor is going to shatter off of her body. These wings are going to spread out. Horns are going to grow. You're going to regret what you've done here. And that is her turn. It is Gemma's turn. Gemma is going to step up to Arena here very calmly, and she's going to smile, and she's going to raise a hand out to touch your cheek, Arena.
Isn't she prone?
Yeah.
Arena's prone, yeah.
Arena is
Wait,
prone.
Gemma's
she's-
not prone?
Oh, Gemma's prone. She's going to stand up. Soraya had to stand up as well, so she's like in the middle of changing her shape. Gemma's going to stand up. She's going to step, and she's going to reach down and try to touch Arena's cheek. Arena, you feel kind of strange in the head, like a little bit dizzy and woozy as she's reaching towards you. I'm going to roll a check here. This is going to be versus your Fortitude DC.
Okay.
31 versus your Fortitude DC.
Success, not a crit.
Okay. So wait, you succeed or you fail?
She's sorry. I fail. She succeeds.
Okay. So she like touches your cheek and you feel like you can't move. You feel a little entranced by her. You have the grabbed condition. Even though she's not grabbing you. And
Not for
Arena,
long,
it's your
homie.
turn.
All right. Grabbed is. Remind me. Oh,
So grabbed
DM.
means that if you try to do an interact action of any sort, you have a chance to fail it, and you can't move unless you break out of it. And unlike a normal way to break out of this grab, you need a will save if you want to take an action and try to break it.
Then I'm gonna try to break it.
Okay.
With a will save. It's on that.
24.
26.
26. You do not break it. You just feel she just looks gorgeous. She's just a gorgeous creature. Her eyes are entrancing and you can't look away.
Okay.
That's one action. You can try
Think about
again.
how much harder it would be if she was actually casting a spell.
Yeah.
Do it again. There we go. 38.
Yeah, you delay for a little while and then you snap out of it and you know she had you in some kind of trance.
What are we doing? And she'll stand up. Well, I'm gonna raise my shield for my last action, actually.
Okay, on the ground, put your shield up.
Yep.
That is Arena. Otis, you're up.
Man, she touched Arena.
She
Otis
did.
is gonna walk down. Well, first he's gonna devise a stratagem. So that will be that's a natural one. Otis won't be attacking this round. He sees how bad it is. All right, changing plans for Otis. Otis is gonna pull out a cigar, and light it up, and drink a Juggernaut mutagen.
Okay. Let's go smoke a juggernaut mutagen.
Yeah, sorry. Smoke a juggernaut mutagen. So a cigar,
Beautiful.
like green smoke starts flying out of it. You know, he's not gonna roll. He's not gonna attack on a natural one. He will still move up though to give flanking to Irina, and then he is going to bomb Ma instead, since that won't use his
Okay.
devise a stratagem.
What are you saying?
You thought that you could fool an inspector? How dare you? All that talk. You are a worse demon than you are an elf.
Okay. Go to any
And-
diplomacy.
Got it. 35.
Yeah, that's a critical. Well, is that 35 because chat?
That's 35 because chat.
That is, that's critical. No, not a critical success.
Man, make
Just
up
a
your
success.
mind.
I made up my mind. It's not a critical success. Just a
Okay.
success.
So on a success, as success is as critical success at -2. I'm just gonna throw it over here. So they're distracted. They take a -2 status penalty on perception and will saves for 1 minute. And then I'll let you read how they can break out of it. I don't want to give you more information.
Gotcha. Yeah, she kind of turns around and like smirks at you. You see her eyes flash this red color.
Yes. So -2 will saves, folks. If you got like will save business, that's it. That's all. That's all for Otis.
Okay, Paya, you're up.
Excellent. So, Chase, can you tell me what the rule is in Pathfinder 2 of casting a spell in melee range?
Yeah, there's no penalty unless they have some sort of reaction to deal with it.
Okay.
So it does have interact actions most of the time, unless it's just verbal. So if they did have op attack, they could hit you, or some things might have reactions that deal with spells, but
So if it's somatic and verbal, then...
it does have an interact action.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try it. I'm going to cast Searing Light on the one right in front of me.
Okay, no reaction.
And where are you, spell? I need to press on you. Did I do it
Okay.
twice? I did it twice on accident.
That's okay.
Oh, but that didn't even roll the damage or the attack roll. Never mind.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and roll an attack. You're affirmated. Ooh, that's a 38. That is a crit.
Okay, so is this a fiend?
This is a fiend.
They're going to take a whole lot of damage.
20d6 damage. Go ahead and roll it.
20d6.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Who was
Wait a
this
minute.
on?
Wait a minute. What level spell is this? Is this already heightened or no?
No, this is just a third
This
level
is
spell.
incredible.
And what level spells can you cast?
I can cast up to level 5.
You're casting this as a third level spell though, not heightened.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, 20d6.
So it's doing what? 5d6 fire doubled and then 5d6 good doubled?
Yep.
Okay. Oh my gosh. How do I... Oh, there it is. 20? How can I tell it to roll 20?
/ roll space 20d6.
This is so incredible.
It'll all be once. That's still 20. Oh,
How do you do it?
I just hold up my hand and shoot a flaming beam of like reddish purple fire that just incinerates her.
Yeah, she's on the ground trying to get up as her form is shifting, and she just screams. Her eyes flare red, the wings fly out, and then she just goes limp.
Can we
but you did
appreciate-
try, didn't you?
Can we appreciate this was 86 damage? Like, can we just, we didn't call that out. Like,
Hey, would you like to? You could have hero pointed it, made it like 120.
wow. That's so cool. I love this.
All right, that was 2 actions, Paya.
Okay, I'm gonna use an action to have. I did not mean to do that. Have my little demon or devil attack.
Okay, so he moves for 1 action, and then he's gonna strike.
Yes. He'll use. Does he just get 1? So he can do barb.
Yep, that would probably be the best one. I hate demons. And that is going to crit because she's flat-footed and you're affirmated.
Cool. Oh wait, you said it's a crit?
That's a crit.
Perfect.
How does he do it?
Are these like barbs? Like
Yeah, so he's this spiky blue devil. So he has like a barb on his wrist, kind of like an assassin blade type thing. That just
okay.
extends out.
He's gonna stab it through her, and then take his other hand and reach in, and then just tear her in half.
Yeah, and she kind of like wisps into like purple fire from her demonic self, and then just like turns to ash. Stupid demon.
This is why we bring devils along, you see.
That that does that. We're out of initiative.
Wait a second.
Oh, okay. We're still maybe in
Okay.
initiative.
Okay.
Now,
Okay, we've
after all of our new compatriots suddenly changed form and turned into evil devils or demons, the next three things I saw was our dog person literally starting to change shape by smoking a weird cigar. And then another one shoot fire and explode everybody, and then a demon run up and kill somebody. Can I make like some kind of will save to not start attacking this evil dog
yeah, for sure.
who very clearly is changing shape into another demon?
Oh no.
100%. You can also roll me a knowledge, maybe.
Yeah, well, I've got
Yeah.
knowledge occultism. Would that be good for demons?
That would be good enough. Yeah.
Well, I've got occultism. It's a plus 15.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll it.
I don't know the easiest way to...
So if you click on your
here it
token
is,
and
occultism,
click
the
skills,
chat.
yeah.
5's not very high.
With a 20, you probably have like a moment of panic, but with a 20, you probably know he's not a demon, though it's a little weird.
Oh, all right. We can go out of initiative then.
Oh my gosh. I was like, Arena's not going to let this slide if you attack Otis.
Bill almost died right now.
Okay. You guys are under the bridge now. As that last demon kind of fades away into ash, let me turn off combat so you guys stop getting that notification. You guys see that the rain stops. I will make that happen in real
Okay,
time.
well, I did technically say that if we killed the demons, the rain would go away. So I get points for that one.
Otis walks out to Mavis.
As you can see, we can keep you safe. Don't run into rain that's bleeding.
Don't turn into weird shapes and invite a devil into our group. I don't think I'm the person acting irrationally here.
I think you're mistaken, sir.
Otis will shake the demon blood off of his knuckles and then turn around and
Let us keep going. Lead the way.
Also, with your occultism, Mavis, you have no idea what kind of demons those were.
Can I occultism?
whoa, can we group occultism?
We just hold hands and occultism.
You know, that's a little sketchy. That might help your situation with Mavis. Who knows?
Do you want me to make it a private roll for you?
Yeah, you guys can go and roll it.
Oh, I was so excited.
You can make it a private roll
Nope,
if you
I already
wish.
clicked it.
That's a 29 for me.
24.
Only plus one affirmated now. Yeah,
Yep.
Otis, you're not sure. Irina, you recognize those as succubuses. They are lust demons that will try to bait people in with their wiles and then
Oh, no
drain the
shit.
life force from them.
Huh.
You also know now, you recognize after you saw their shapes change, the reason they were getting headaches is they actually get harmed from rejection. Like they're physically harmed from being rejected.
Oh. That makes sense.
Okay, now everybody, tell me something that a demon wouldn't know. Otis, what does love feel like?
When you say that, he glances at Irina,
Aww.
and
I'm not answering your questions.
Irina's glaring at Mavis. Like,
Irina, what's your favorite dessert?
lead
Demons
the
hate
way.
dessert.
She's tapping her short sword against her thigh. lead the way now.
Paya, why is music enjoyable?
Because it's... Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting. It's, it follows rules and
Good
laws.
answer.
Ask me
And
my
it's
favorite dessert.
orderly.
I'll tell you my favorite dessert.
Ask
The
him,
Devil
Mavis.
grins at you.
Ask him
is
his favorite
blood
dessert.
pudding or something?
Ask
That's a
Throatripper.
breakfast food. You idiot.
Blood pudding's
Hey.
fake stuff. I like a fresh beating heart.
I thought that was going to end after the word beating. I thought, all right, okay, we'll just move on with that, I suppose.
A fresh beating.
I like a fresh beating. Heart.
Oh,
Okay,
patience.
all right, well, we can keep going, I guess. But I'm watching you, and maybe yes.
Would we have noticed that his arrow did what it did?
It was chaotic. That thing hit the ground, and it was clearly the arrow that shook everything.
Okay, Arena's gonna go up to his quiver, and she's gonna like take it from him. And
Oh, not uncontested, you aren't.
Okay. I don't remember what to roll here.
And I don't even know in the first place. Let's go.
Athletics, I think. And this is not gonna go well.
Athletics.
Athletics versus his fort.
That's my athletics.
Sign nat 20 this.
Ah!
So bad. It's a 4.
Yeah,
All
that
right, so
doesn't fly.
she's tugging on it. Anyway, what is in here? Why are your arrows
Hey,
loaded? They
whoa.
are.
Whoa. These are that's physical comedy. These are my arrows. I made them. I look, I took all the stuff that I find and I turned it into cool new arrows. I'm a bit of a tinkerer. I don't appreciate you touching them. I don't trust you not to just like, I don't know, eat them or something. I don't know what you would do, but
Eat
something
them.
weird and
What is
strange.
You're dangerous.
I mean, yeah, a little thing.
In a bad way. No.
Oh no! Wait, no, that's not true at all. I just like to make these cool arrows. You know, I can sell them. I can keep them. They're cool. Look, did you see that one? It made the earth all like crushed down. You see, the secret is you take a small piece of crystal.
Irena's
that's got
walking
inherently-
away.
So,
Nope.
Okay. All right.
Arena, as you're walking away, you feel your guild bag get heavy again.
Oh yeah.
What's in the bag?
What kind of creation did she pull out, Mavis?
All she gets is literally the same exact contraption that's on the end of my Quake arrows, but bigger. And as you pull it out, Mavis just comes way too close and goes, you see, because what it does, right, is this whole section here compresses down into this one, which activates that part of the core, and you wouldn't think it, but it
Just
expands back out again and straight in,
walking
and it starts to
around.
No, but you see, no, it's an ingenious. Okay.
Can I roll for that effectiveness? It is noted.
She's
Oh,
not
man.
gonna give it to him. She won't. After
I don't want it. I got like,
after saying it was on his arrow, no, it's not going to Mavis.
just don't drop it. It's highly unstable.
Not listening. It's just walking.
Okay. Continuing on.
Yep.
Mavis, are you going to lead the way again? Or are you going to direct from the back?
Mavis is going to lead the way, but mostly backwards. So always
Okay.
facing the group that's following him. And occasionally turning around to check we're going the right way, and then just like, you see, so we're going this way, and we'll just like that.
I'm gonna also just kind of whisper to the compass. Point me to the door that leads to Roan's Phylactery.
It's still points at Gemma's corpse.
What is this?
Oh, wait! I'm sure there's some weird demon parts I could make use of. Can I, like, take some ash from a body, the one that caught fire? I'm sure a vial of demon ash will be useful later.
Yeah, you know what? I'll let you use a hero point to gather some demon ash
Yeah.
to make some sort of contraption.
You
That's
never know
legit.
when you never know when you're going to need more demon ash. The one redeeming quality of a demon is the power of its ashes.
I like this guy. He's all right.
I dislike this guy. He's incredibly not all right.
Yeah, see, he gets me. Okay. So continuing on, you guys are walking backwards. I mean, at least he's walking backwards. You get some demon ash, you gather it as a little component. And you guys are walking for probably like a good 20 minutes. Mavis, this does look familiar. You are confident that you're going the right way. He's leading you through some loops and turns. As you guys get further into the scar here, this kind of dull gray rock starts to turn to like this reddish color. And there's just a very unsettling feeling. Everything here feels wrong. The plants almost seem to like be breathing on their own, as sparse as they are. You sometimes feel like you can see some of the stone shift on its own. You have that feeling like you're constantly being watched, but as you look around, you see nothing. With your eye patch on, Mavis, as you're walking, you see that you kind of catch to the side. A stone seems like it shifts a little bit, and there's a glow from behind it. Some sort of aura coming out from behind the stone.
There's an incredibly important thing I need to do over here. And I go straight to the stone. I want to check it out.
He's not fooling anybody, right? I need to make that clear. Like, do I need to roll perception, or is he
Yeah,
like
go ahead.
clearly?
Go ahead and roll a perception versus deception, DC.
Rena's just straight up never going to believe Mavis.
I rolled really low, 20. I'm not gonna add the chat because it's against him, but
It's like he's been talking that way so frequently that like you maybe just like it just looks like he's picking up another gem. You've clearly seen him grabbing some gems along the way,
right. Okay, that's cool.
and this just kind of seems like another.
That's really what I want to know. Like I know he's grabbing a gem type of thing. So that's
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah, no, he hasn't been that subtle about grabbing little knickknacks and whatnot.
Cool.
Okay, so you're walking over to the stone, Mavis.
Yeah, let me check out this glowstone.
Okay. Yeah, so you go up, and I mean, it's solid rock in front of it. It seems like the aura is behind the stone.
Well, luckily, I've got myself a second quake arrow, which I would like to just donk onto the stone to see if I can break it.
Absolutely. So you're gonna go up and like you're gonna
Just
smack
bonk,
the stone on there.
I'm gonna put my shield up and stand in front of Otis.
Very good. Yeah.
Bye,
you go
get
up,
back.
and when you slam that arrow into you, make me a reflex save.
Sure. Reflex. Ah!
Okay. You smack that arrow on the wall, and your quake arrow booms, and like stone kind of shatters apart, and there's immediately after a second boom, very similar to your quake arrow, that throws you back, and some rubble comes collapsing down on top of you. So you're going to take
105 damage. Sorry, buddy. I'm dead forever.
You're taking 16 damage, and you're currently immobilized. You're trapped under some rock. So you can either try to make an athletics to fix it. Somebody can come help you.
Asmodeus, save us.
On top of the rocks that came barreling down to bury you, just out of your reach, on top of the rocks, you can see there's some sort of rune stone on top with some etchings on it and glowing.
We could leave him here for a minute. What is that?
Otis will unbury him. He'll activate his lifting belt to lift the rocks up one by one.
Okay. Yeah. He frees you. You see that rune stone. Otis, you see it as well as you're unburying him.
Can I grab it before I unbury him?
Yeah.
I do that.
Not a big fan of your priorities in general, but what does that rune say?
Do you ask that while he's getting ready to dig you out? Like you're still buried?
Yeah, like just while you're doing the digging, maybe to pass the time, just tell me what that rune said. Well, that was kind of cool.
Otis will toss it to Paya.
You recognize it. This is a pretty common potency rune. It's a thundering rune.
Oh. Looks like it's potency rune. Thundering.
Sorry, I misspoke. misspoke. I misspoke. It's a property rune.
Sorry, I misspoke. It's a property rune.
I suggest you don't go jamming your misguided arrows into rocks.
Yeah, I would take that on. That's fair. Now, I'll just take my rune back, which was clearly mine to begin with, and we can move on from this whole situation.
You already have enough gems. Irina's gonna stop Paya from giving it to Mavis.
I'll give it to Irina.
Well, she's not even
Oh, okay.
she's
Not
just
even
not
asking.
wanting. No,
I'll
she
put it-
doesn't want Mavis to have it.
Okay, I'll put it in one of my many pockets.
Great, that's all she wanted.
Otis wants to do a medicine to just make sure that Mavis is okay.
He looks hurt, but he looks like he can walk and like he's healthy enough.
I'll be fine.
You
I've had worse.
no, you should drink this.
I'll give him one of my minor healing potions.
Do you
Oh,
drink
cool.
it?
Thanks. I'll definitely drink that one. Glug 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 glug.
Wait, are you drinking it or not drinking it? You just dump it out? Inconceivable.
That's
hit the
odd,
spot.
Triggers. You
Oh, I
notice
feel
he dumps it
healthier.
out.
I feel healthier than I've ever felt.
Great.
Yum 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 yum.
I'm glad that you could enjoy it. I suggest you don't lie to an inspector.
I never would. All right, let's continue on.
Okay.
Otis will let him go and just move on.
Very good. Okay, you guys continue onwards into this canyon, and we are going to go to break. So we will be back in about 15 minutes, chat. Let's continue the adventures in the Sarkora Scar. All right. Welcome back, everybody, to Tabletop Treasure Hunters. We have taken our break. We are refreshed, and we are ready to jump back into the demon infested, and also with the devil now, Sarkora Scar, courtesy of Paya. Before we left for break, we have our heroes, the Contract Consortium and the Syndicate of Rites, who are escorting and being led by Mavis, who's being played by our guest Bill today.
The true hero.
The true hero, indeed. They are going to Sarkora Scar, looking for the shrine that is holding Roan's Phylactery. Mavis holds the knowledge of where that's at least he so thinks. So he is leading them back to some sort of mysterious door that killed his friend, as he mentioned earlier. In the Scar, they have ran into some strange weather, which they avoided by taking shelter under a bridge, along with some military officers from Lastwall, who actually turned out to be some succubi, which was discovered through constant interrogation and Otis finally touching one of them with a cold iron glove. And they had a fight. They absolutely destroyed the succubi. And now they are continuing on. There was a brief landfall as Mavis found some loot hidden behind a rock. And now they're continuing onwards, leading them to this door. So as I said before, the rocks are starting to turn kind of more of a reddish hue. Things are starting to feel a little more unnatural and uncomfortable. There's just any good emotions that one might feel here almost feel kind of stifled. It's just not a good feeling place. There's definitely a feel of dread just hanging in the air. So you guys are continuing on. Mavis, you're leading the way. Are you still continuing to grab crystals along the way with your eye patch?
Crystals, plants, bits of interesting colored dirt.
Yeah,
The occasional feather fallen from the sky.
You've got a whole bunch of nice collection of things, and you especially feel drawn to anything earth related. These crystals and this colorful dirt, they just give you this warm feeling today as you're gathering them up. And as you gather your latest crystal here, your bag where you've been storing these just starts glowing so brightly. All the gemstones start glowing this bright color, and it's just illuminating the bag. All of you guys see this. It's pretty noticeable. How you guys respond?
I have my sword drawn. What's in the bag now, Bill? Mavis.
Well, look at this. I guess you're drawing your sword again. Cool.
Just answer
Maybe
the
come up with a
question.
new move or something.
What
Maybe
in
maybe
the
draw something
bag?
else. I don't know. I just been collecting gems.
Open the bag.
This strong
Yeah, sure. Here you go.
gust
I open the
of-
bag.
Yeah, you open the bag. You just see a whole bunch of glowing gems. It's so bright you can barely even look at it. And as you're looking at that, your hair blows up in the air. Everybody's does. This very strong gust of wind comes whistling down the canyon, and it just smells like death. It smells horrible, rancid, decay. It smells terrible. Otis, this is probably almost overbearing for you with scent.
Yeah. It's coming from where?
It's coming from the direction that you're walking.
This is a
Yep.
good sign.
This is a good sign.
Well, what, you think if we were approaching a Lich's lair, it would get nicer and nicer?
You have a point.
Can I
Right.
can I knowledge it? Can I take a whiff and knowledge it?
Yes. Go ahead and roll me an occultism.
Do you want me to secret it or just roll it?
Yeah, secret it. Give me a secret roll. Can you give secret knowledge? Is that an option on you now too?
Yes.
That's awesome. I'm so glad they added that.
All right, there you go. Oh, but it shows me the dice. Oh, it just shows you. It's secret to everyone but me and you, I think.
Wait, did you see the result?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Sorry, I tried my best.
Also, Irina, your blessing's been upgraded to moderate.
Oh, that one
Congratulations.
doesn't show me.
There you go. Okay. Well, we'll be nice and use your first one because we're just playing around with it. You know that this smell. When you were talking with the last wall soldiers earlier, they mentioned the weather, and you did know quite a bit about it. You had studied it before you came here.
Yeah.
You know that there is a toxic cloud that's going to be blowing through this canyon soon.
We're about to be overtaken by a toxic cloud. Hold your breath.
Well, for how long?
Do I know how long they last?
Now.
Let's see. With that knowledge, you don't know how long they last. It depends on how big they are. You also know that holding your breath will help, but there can be some nasty effects of them otherwise, even if they just touch you. It varies on the cloud and the source.
Do I see anywhere that we could shelter through this?
You guys are right now. Your surroundings is just a canyon. It's about 40 feet up to get up on the canyon walls, and that's it. You're just in a canyon.
I'm not sure where we can go. We may have to walk through the cloud.
Oh,
Not desirable.
toxic as in poison?
Indeed.
Mm.
It will melt your flesh, probably.
You guys see this cloud rounding the corner. Everybody has 1 round if they have something they want to do here.
I'm gonna put my shield up and step toward Otis to try to negate it with the little block anyway.
I'm
Very
going
nice.
to use my Embrace the Pit focus spell.
Okay.
So basically what happens is devil horns grow from my skull, and I've already got some. They just grow bigger, and my skin takes on features of a devil responsible for your diabolic bloodline, and I gain 5 resistance to evil, fire, and poison, and resistance 1 to physical damage except silver.
That's so cool.
Okay. So you brace yourself by
And I
embracing your
just
heritage.
look very, very devilish now, and my feathers kind of melt and turn into devilly skin on me.
Oh, that's so cool.
And it
Okay.
lasts for 1 minute, so hopefully that's long enough.
Okay. Your devil seems rather unconcerned. He's just kind of chilling. He's going to go lean up like against a canyon wall.
And
Ma-
go ahead.
Mavis, what are you doing?
Well, luckily, obviously I've dealt with being in the scar before. So what I've got is a little bell jar that I take out of my bag, which goes over my head. And it's got a cool little gadget underneath, which is effectively the same sort of thing you'd use to like attack people with blasts of air, but it's just set up facing downwards. So it's constantly like pushing air away from this bell jar. So none of the poison is going to even get into it.
Yeah,
That's the whole reason I made it.
absolutely.
So I just stick that on, and I'm like, dunk, dunk. There you go, guys. Dunk.
Let's go and do a hero point for that wonderful contraption.
Does it fit more than 1 head?
It does
No,
not.
but I had a second one, but it broke when the friend who was wearing it got destroyed by touching a Lich's door.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's a tragedy.
And Irina's standing in front of Otis with her shield out.
Mm-hmm. Like trying to do it.
Can Otis embrace both and Irina in his bring his elven cloak up and wrap it around their upper bodies and hold his breath?
Yeah. So you have your cloak of elven kind.
Yep.
Is that the one you just recently purchased?
It is.
Okay. Are you investing it?
Oh yeah, it was. I imagine it was invested when I purchased it.
Very cool. All right. Yeah.
But now I'm questioning if I bought a cursed item.
Why would you question that?
Because you were very specific. Yeah, I wrap it around both of us.
Was this the one you bought from that salesperson who went, "You'll enjoy the cloak now, please"? And then when you left and someone said, "Where'd you get that cloak?" You said, "Oh, I got it just from the store down there." And then you turned and the store disappeared and it was just like a little puff of air.
And tomorrow I wake up as a child. And I'm like, I
Is
gotta
that the
get
one?
back
Is that the cloak that you bought?
Yeah, I wrap this cloak around Irina and Otis and then hold my breath.
Okay. Yeah. So this cloud is everybody else holding their breath except for you, obviously, Mavis, because you got that covered.
I am, yeah.
Mavis, are you feeling particularly protective of any of these people?
Well, one of them just went more demon, so no. One
Devil.
One of them has only interacted with me via a drawn sword, so no. No, Otis is pretty chill.
Otis is pretty chill. Good. Okay. Otis, this cloud comes crashing over you guys. When you're in here, this cloud, it smells horrid. I mean, you're holding your breath and it feels like it's almost just getting in your mouth with the taste. Except for Otis, it seems to go away from you. It is still getting Irina, and you have this cloak wrapped around her. And as you do, the cloak just ignites on fire. So you did indeed purchase a cursed item. I am sorry.
Good.
So this is your cloak is actually an immolation cloak. You cannot uninvest it, and it will light on fire very easily. So you're gonna take some damage from that. Okay, that is 5 fire damage
For
both of us, right?
for both of you. But then it immediately goes out afterwards. Ignites on flame, and then the gust of wind bringing it through just blows it out. Paya, you're fine. Mavis, you're fine. Irina, I need you to make me a fortitude save.
Don't fail.
I'd rather not, apparently. That's a 24.
Okay, a 24. So this burns. It hurts. It feels like it's like eating away at your skin. You have this rash kind of just crawling up any like pieces of skin that it's touching as it's kind of wafting under the cloak. And you feel a little bit sick. You're taking some damage.
It's 20d6 damage.
Yeah. So 18 poison damage is what you're taking there.
Okay.
Sorry, no, acid damage. I don't know if that makes a difference for you. And then this lasts by for probably like near a minute, and then it goes blowing by.
Okay. Then I guess my embrace the pit wears off after a minute.
I'm guessing his cloak doesn't come off since it's cursed.
Yeah, it does not.
I'm gonna find who sold me this cloak, and they will wish they were never born.
Irina will straighten up and look down at the cloak and just nod. She's got the burn marks, but she didn't say anything while it was burning her, just
Otis has a brief moment of leaving this job to go find this person, but he doesn't.
Okay. He's concerned just going and hunting him down right now.
Yes. Like every conviction in his body is telling him to go find this person. But he's going to stay.
If you can give me information about the merchants, then I can look them up in financial records.
Can you remove this cloak?
I don't think so.
You would know Dispel Magic could sometimes remove a cursed item. It can't uncurse it, but...
Oh, wait. Don't I still have some Dispel Magic scrolls?
You have 2 of them.
I can try, Inspector.
It would be most appreciated.
I'll I will use one of those scrolls. And
Okay, roll me a spell attack roll.
Oh dear. What am I?
No.
That's without adding my spell bonus, but that probably is gonna fail.
Yeah, it doesn't work. So you use this scroll and the scroll burns up, but the cloak just kind of shimmers. It appears to still feel locked around his neck.
Sorry, Inspector.
That is fine. We will deal with it when we return.
All right, Mavis, you taking your head contraption off?
Yep, back in the bag.
Very good.
Wait.
Mavis,
Yeah,
remember when I pulled you out of that rubble?
I do. It was scant seconds ago.
Do you have a contraption that can remove this cloak?
Oh, I mean, yeah, give me a sec. I'll check my bag. And I'll dig around. And I'm going to pull out. I'm just going to say this and see. Oh, it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. I pull out a pair of real big scissors, but they're kind of magical.
Kind of magical, okay?
When I need to make stuff, I'll often be dealing with magic fabric, you know, like the kind they make a cloak from. I just take these, they cut through them real well. Maybe I can just like cut it off your neck or something.
Yeah, you spend a hero point. You've got these scissors. Roll me a flat check as you try to cut the cloak. So a flat check means you're just gonna roll a d20.
Irina is watching so closely on this. She's like breathing down his neck.
17, baby.
You needed a 16 and you got it. Snaps that magical cursed cloak right off.
Right through. I mean, it's bad for the cloak, right? But I don't think you cared that much, right?
The cloak actually like mends itself back together as soon as
sweet,
it
we're
falls
all
off
good.
around his neck.
Otis will. Do we have a bag of holding?
I mean, I'll
Irina
take it.
does.
Like, if you don't need it anymore, I'll take it.
I'll sell it to you for 900 gold.
You currently only have 500 on you.
I'll tell you what. I should have done this negotiation before I cut it off. All right, you do whatever.
Otis will hand it to Irina to put in the bag.
Okay.
This
Magical
probably
removing
came
scissors,
from
beautiful.
Felicia's tailors in Taldor.
Bought that from Felicia Day? It's amazing.
Felicia's tailors. Have you?
Did you get an autograph?
I
Oh,
just let's move on.
Okay.
yeah, we
You
should probably go
guys-
before there's more evil gas. Like,
Fucking
that's...
is not moving, and she's gonna grab Mavis's arm and push him forward.
Not uncontested, you ain't. Look at his reflex save. 26.
Think you're muted, Katie?
She's got nothing. She's not muted. She's speechless.
She's speechless.
If you don't,
He's too nimble.
if you don't start moving, I will move you.
I'm already going.
myself.
Is he like jogging backwards again?
Yeah, jogging backwards straight up the ravine. We're pretty close to the door.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just right around this corner here.
And you are actually fairly close. You know you're probably about maybe 10, 15 minutes away from the door. Okay, you guys continue on here. Moving you guys to a new map. Okay, you guys are walking along here. Otis, that's odd triggers. You see a very large looking bird-like creature fly over you guys, and it clearly takes notice to you and kind of loops around.
Wait, notice to Otis or us?
Otis. Oh, it notices all of you. It appears
Oh.
it appears it seems to spot your group moving through the canyon. I'll show you guys a picture.
I
of what
love
it
that.
looks
That's
like.
odd.
Yeah, it's a. I mean, wait till you see this thing. I mean, is that odd?
I mean, I don't judge. Like, he clearly works out.
Yeah, it's a very swole bird. That's odd.
I really just yes.
Okay.
I now want to end this bird's life.
Okay, so
Wow.
we've got Otis, Irina.
Did anybody
Paya.
see that flying creature?
You mean Pyre?
I don't fly. I don't have wings, Mavis.
Not yet.
Well, that's fair. That's true. Not yet.
Can I roll knowledge on that since I noticed it with my that's odd?
You sure can. Roll me a secret religion.
Dude, you got it, man.
You're +2 affirmated heroes.
Oh, okay. I'm not adding that to this, so will you just add it?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, you recognize this creature. It is a type of demon. It is a Vrock.
Oh, what do
they-
I know about a Vrock?
Yeah, so I'll tell you a little bit about them. And what do you want to know more about? You want to know more about their offense, their defense, their special abilities?
Hobbies.
Definitely special abilities.
Okay, so you know that these are, so most demons are associated with some sort of negative emotion or sin of sorts. These are demons of chaos. They reek through chaos. And you said, sorry, what was the focus you wanted to know?
Special abilities. You said they reek through chaos.
Yeah, like they reek. What's the word I'm looking for?
What does
What's
reek
the
mean? Like they
thing?
love chaos?
They love chaos. They relish in
bird.
chaos.
Wreak havoc, create chaos.
Thank you. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, so for some special abilities, you know that their most real threatening thing is if they're in a pack, they have this special dance they can do called a dance of ruin. And when they start dancing together, it will start making this explosion emanate from a target until they complete the dance or are forced to stop the dance. Also, they can secrete these nasty spores from their body that will make vines start growing out of somebody's pores, and it's very painful.
Ew.
Yeah. And then they also have a stunning screech. They can screech so loud that it can just make somebody stop in their tracks.
I believe that was a rock. It is another type of demon. Be careful. I saw one, but if there's a pack, they do a dance that makes us explode from the inside. Internal combustion. They also make vines grow out of pores.
It comes looping back around and it's going to land right up here.
Here he comes.
30 feet on this cliff, and it's just going to perch up there and it's going to be staring down at you.
Throat
What
ripper?
brings you here, mortals?
Oh, you guys got this one, right?
Indeed we do. Stand back.
Okay, I'll be back.
Was he speaking common?
He is speaking common.
We are passing through, demon. Stand aside.
I will not. I just want you to sate my curiosity before I tear the flesh from your bones.
Come down here and say that to my face.
Marking it for death.
Drawing my bow,
Thanks, Katie.
marking it as prey.
Okay, it's hunted as prey. He's marked for death. It kind of looks up at the sky and does like a screech. And you start hearing flapping from the left and right. And you see a couple more flying in.
I
So
hope
you
you're
wouldn't come
hungry
over
for
here.
demon throat ripper.
It's gonna like kind of cock its head to the side and look at Mavis.
Your friend was here recently, was he not?
Yeah, he was. He died. What are you talking about? I don't like this
saw
guy.
him perish.
They're just they're watching right now. They're kind of cocking their head
Wanna
to the
fire
side,
this
just
bow?
watching you.
Can I
Okay,
shoot
you're
him?
gonna draw your bow.
Yeah. Oh, it's drawn
Yeah.
already.
Oh,
Bow's
okay.
drawn.
Yeah, as soon as you start pulling your bowstring, let's roll initiative.
Rocks don't know. The succubi should have sent them a message.
Okay. So I will add all of you to the combat encounter here. And you guys can go and roll initiative there.
I rolled accidentally, but I'll do it again.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Are we okay? So 28 for me.
Okay.
It only says 26, but
We've got the same initiative.
Wow, that was a lot of people rolling the same number. Okay, so Otis and Arena, who wants to go first between you two? I'll let you pick.
Otis does.
Yeah.
And yeah. Oh, you already changed it. Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got
Otis
you
will go
guys there.
first.
Okay.
My 29 became an 18 when I had to re-roll it.
Oh, I'll give you a 29.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And let's see. What's your Paya? What's your initiative modifier?
It is. Well, where does it say that?
I think it's your perception modifier, so I should say.
15.
Okay. So this is the initial order we got. We have Mavis, Paya, Otis, Arena, and then all three of the rocks are together. So Mavis, you're up. You pull your
All right.
bow. They all look agitated. What are you doing?
All right, now, because I've hunted this prey, I can take multiple shots with less of a negative.
Yeah. So you have the same negative, but you can take 2 shots for 1 action. Oh, and no, you're right.
No,
You have
that's
the-
hunted shot. For hunted prey, it goes to -3, -6 instead of -5, -10
That
for
is
multiple
correct.
attacks. So
Mhm.
I think I might. And hunted shot is I can fire twice with my single action.
That's right. Yep.
Does that start dealing the -3, -6, or does it not?
It does. Yeah. So your first one will be normal. Your second one will be -3. And so you can essentially fire up to 6 times in a round if you want. But
Oh, that's wild.
your negative penalty caps at -6.
Oh, it does? Well, then let's do that. Let's fire as many million arrows as I can.
Okay, nice. Do you want to shoot any special arrows on this one, or are you just going to light it up?
Because I have a limited number of those, I'm going to, at least for the first, 5 of these 6 shots, I'm just going to fire normal arrows.
Okay. Yeah, just go ahead and start launching some attacks.
All right. Do I just... Oh, natural
Oh,
20!
it's a crit.
Nice.
Should I just click the crit one? This is the first shot.
Yep.
Oh, that's terrible.
Okay, so that is 17. Oh,
17.
plus 1d10. That was a low roll, but you also get a critical hit card, and for that one, you got triple damage. So go ahead and roll normal damage on top of that.
Oh, yeah. Another 9. On another 12.
I like how your normal damage was almost as much as your crit.
Yeah.
So 29 total for the first shot.
All right. And this is a second shot on the same action using Hunter's shot. So this will be at -3, right?
Correct.
Is there anything I should hit for that?
I don't know if it calculates that in your, so I'm going to give you a +2 from when it rolls default.
Okay. So should I hit the +13 one instead of the +18?
Yeah, hit the +13 and I'll give you
Right.
a +2.
Oh, so close.
Okay, that one is going to miss.
Nice. And now I'm going to fire 2 more times for my next action.
Yeah, go for
And these
it.
are both at -6, right?
Right.
So
for
maybe
this
just
one-
take 1 off my roll and I'll roll
Yeah.
the -5s.
Yep, sounds good to me.
Ooh, 25.
Okay, that is going to hit. Also,
All
you're
right.
you're 2 higher because chat has you affirmated. So yeah, that hits.
All right. And that's another 9 damage.
Okay.
I've lost track of how many I've shot
You
by now,
have
but I'm
3
firing
left
again.
if you want.
All right. Well, one more.
Amazing.
That one will miss.
All right. So if I'm +2 but -1, I presume that's a 21 when I rolled a 20.
Yeah,
I'm assuming it'll miss.
exactly.
Great.
That misses.
Another one.
That's gonna hit.
Nice. For another 14 damage.
14 damage. Okay.
And then on my final shot, if you'll allow it, because it is partway through 2 shots, I wouldn't
yeah.
mind firing a Demon's Bane arrow.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, go for it.
Actually, no, sorry. That might be a waste. I'll fire a Mouth Seeker arrow.
A Mouth Seeker. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a big old beak.
Go ahead and fire. Yep.
So let's fire that. Oh, that's not going to hit. 19.
Okay. So that one, you fire the Mouse Seeker arrow, and as you fire it, it makes this kind of whistling sound, and then it actually arches back and is going to hit you in the shoulder. So roll
no!
normal damage against yourself.
Ah! Oh, you roll low. Oh, okay. 7 damage.
Okay, so he takes 7 damage. Now you guys see Mavis. He is rapid firing this bow like probably nobody you've ever seen, just so fast, and most of them hit. The Vrox reaches up in the air looking agitated. And that's your turn, Mavis. That is all 6 of your shots. Paya, you're up.
Get out of here, you!
Which one was Mavis attacking?
This one up here.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, no, I was attacking Otis.
Oh, right, yes. Otis has 5 arrows in his back.
Is this one in the air or is it landed?
They're all landed right now.
Okay, I'm gonna do Searing Light on this one then.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll that spell attack roll. You're affirmated with a +2.
Don't forget your blessing if you want to invoke it.
That's true. You do have your.
I do want to invoke my blessing.
Do you want to
Thank
invoke it on yourself or on somebody else?
On myself.
You want to make it perish. Okay, so you want to make this rock right here perish.
Yes.
Okay, so you got a +4 on the stack roll.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
We can't even help you.
Nope.
So let's go ahead. I'm going to draw a critical spell fail card for you here. Okay, you start charging up this this beam here, and it just, you get the energy so overwhelming, you just ignite on fire.
Okay.
So you're taking a D12 persistent fire damage.
Mavis takes out his scissors, ready to cut off another cloak.
Okay, that was 2 of your actions, Paya?
Yes. So I am going to... I'm going to use my last focus point and do Embrace the Pit on... No, actually, I'm going to use my last focus point and do Diabolical Edict on Irina and Irene. As I start to do her accent, what is it with Irina's accent?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
Irina, kill these demons. And as I say that, kind of flame swirls around my beak.
I know,
And
we
you
had that
get
happen
a-
last action.
You get a +1 status bonus
Gladly.
when you're performing that task. And then I'm gonna, I guess that's it. And so my devil friend is gonna do what it wants to do, which I assume is go attack some demons.
I hate demons. He's going to go. Does this thing have a climb speed? What's his speed about? Oh my goodness. Oh, he flies. Okay, yeah, he's going to go flying up. So he's going to go flying up 30 feet over here. Okay, and these things currently, so I'm going to put the feet on these tokens here, and this is going to be their feet from like the higher cliffs.
Okay.
So the lower ground where you guys are at will be the level ground. Okay, Paya, that is your turn. Otis, you're up.
Okay. Step 1. How many actions is it to try to put this fire out that's on Paya?
It would be an interact action to aid his next flat check, or you can take all 3 to just put it out.
I definitely don't want to do that.
Have I taken damage from it yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay. Then first, Otis is gonna light up a cigar that like has a pink smoke, and he's taking a Drakenheart mutagen.
Nice.
And then he's going to pull out a candy and pop it in his mouth and take a bark skin potion.
Okay, yeah.
So we'll throw that down there. And then he's gonna ma this the one that's here that was talking to us.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and do that.
You are no match for us. We have dispatched demons before, and we will tell you wing from wing.
Wonderful. That is going to be with a +2 diplomacy.
You got it.
35.
37 if it's with a +2.
37 makes it a critical success.
Oh, yeah. So he's going to take a -3 to his will saves and perception.
Wow.
for.
Okay.
I'll look at how long it lasts. I don't know, but that's all that Otis can do. So he drank a potion, smoked a mutagen, and taunted this demon.
Very nice. Will you pop that in chat for me again?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
No worries. And in the meantime, anything else for Otis?
No, that's all of his actions.
And did you help Pi or no?
No, I didn't have enough actions to do it.
Okay. Irina, you're up.
Okay. Irina is going to smirk back to Paya for the edict, and then she's gonna turn her gaze up to the one who talked to us. I didn't listen to him. And then her eyes are gonna flash this like deep navy color, and she is going to cast Phantasmal Killer, so he needs to make a will save.
On this one right here?
Yeah, on Boyo who talked to us.
Okay, it's a will save.
It's a will save.
Okay, this is at a -3 because of the bon mot. 14?
Oh.
This is such a great moment. Let me soak it in. It's a critical fail.
Okay, what happens on a critical fail for Phantasmal Killer? Probably something bad.
The target is so afraid it might die. It must attempt a fortitude save. If the target fails, it dies.
Okay. Let's make that fortitude save. Now, this doesn't have a -2 to his fortitude right now, right? No, just
Yeah,
to
minus
what it
20.
minus 20.
Yeah.
Minus 20 fortitude. I don't make the rules.
Oh my goodness, that's a 25
I'm gonna spend a hero point
to make it reroll and take
to
a
make it
-2.
reroll. Yes, because it's off of
Okay.
my spell DC still, correct?
It is, yep.
Yeah, that'll make it fail.
Okay, so it dies?
It just, yeah.
If it fails the fortitude save, it just dies?
If the target fails, it dies.
Oh my
So
goodness.
the way this looks, so
Oh, yeah.
Irina's eyes glow, right? And then you see these like tendrily bony hands come up, and this figure starts to rise with a cloak on and a spider pendant on his body, and it just like wraps around him and just pulls him down, and it looks like it's kind of like taking his soul as he dies.
Yeah, it's
screaming.
like convulsing and screeching. You guys are level 9, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, incapacitation doesn't even save it. Yeah, it just screams and gets pulled under, and it stops pulling under just at like the end, and it turns pale and just lays down limp. Well,
That was 2 actions.
that's how you do that.
Bot Ma paired with that is.
That was very well played.
Irina suggested he listen. And then for my last action, I'll raise my shield.
Okay, shield is raised. Also, we have another Mavis creation, so Mavis, start thinking about what creation, and we'll get to that in a moment. As for now, it is the Vrock's turn. They're both gonna start screeching agitatedly, looking at Irina.
She killed our brother. She reeks of the seed, though. Begin the dance.
Ha-cha-cha! Ha-cha-cha!
So this one is gonna flutter 5 feet up in the air here. So it's going to 35. And it's gonna start fluttering around in the air, doing like this very odd dance, swaying its lanky limbs around and beating its wings. Exactly how Bill is demonstrating right there. And then this one's that's gonna be that one's turn. The next one is gonna do the same. And Irina, I am going to dump all 11 villain points.
Sure.
11. All 11.
Dumping all 11 villain points. Let me read how this works. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. So Irina, you feel something crawling in your skin, and you start getting that same rash up your arm from when you were in the poisonous cloud earlier, and then you just start crackling with lightning, and you're just gonna have these electrified vines start erupting out of your arms and like the back of your shoulders, and it hurts so bad. So I need everybody except for Arena to make me reflex saves.
Crawling in my skin. Hiya!
29 for Otis.
Okay, 29 for Otis. That's including the affirmation. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 33, I guess, +2.
Okay, 35 for Mavis. Okay, so Mavis, with your evasion, you negate this completely. You critically succeed. Otis, you got a, what did you say?
29.
29. Okay, Otis, you fail. So you're taking full damage from this.
I'm going to activate Cat's Luck. Did anyone else fail?
I got a 20. Is that a fail?
Oh, you critically failed. Paya critically.
Yeah.
I'm going to use Shared Luck and let Paya also reroll his reflex save.
Oh. Okay.
Well, that doesn't help me, I don't think.
Oh no, Paya!
What is this?
I don't actually know if we take the better result. I'm guessing we do, but I don't know for sure.
I think so. Either way, he critically failed.
That makes sense. I got a 29 still total.
Okay, so this is the full damage from failing. So Otis, you take 16. Paya, you take 32.
Hi.
Irina, you take 16. This is lightning damage. And then Irina, you take this much damage from the villain points. That was a pretty low roll, actually. Okay, 49 damage from the villain points.
Plus the 16.
Plus the 16.
All right.
And you're also prone. You drop to your knees. It hurts so bad. You're electrified, and she's just erupting with lightning. There's bolts of lightning flying off of her everywhere still in this circle that we have marked down.
Question. That damage I took, was it bludgeoning or piercing damage?
It was not. It was lightning damage.
Okay, cool.
Okay, that's the Vrock's turn. Mavis, you are up, and we'll have Paya. You'll be able to draw his creation for a free action on your turn.
We must stop the dance.
Yeah, okay. So where are they dancing now? Are they together, or are they on either side of us like that?
Yeah, so they're on either side up over here, fluttering in the air. They're 35 up from your current position, just doing this weird floating dance completely in sync.
The hunt prey I got to reactivate if I want to. What am I going to do? I could try and fire one of these crazy demon arrows at them. I might try and fire a demon vein arrow at one of them. Am I close enough to fire straight away, or should I move first?
You are using a longbow, correct?
Yeah, I got 100 feet.
Easy. Yeah, you're good to go.
They're just high up.
Yep, no, you're good.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna immediately try and fire my my bow at the one. I suppose it doesn't really matter. That maybe off on the left there. Fire that one over there.
And did you make this one your prey or no?
I don't think it's gonna. I think I'll only fire once, maybe.
Sure.
So I won't make it my prey.
Okay.
Yeah. What I would do is I would just fire at it from here with this demon's bane arrow. So I pull out an arrow that's just like it's covered in all the stuff I've been describing, all the stuff we've been finding here in the scar. Is all kind of like all together on this weird arrow I've got. Like you can see it glows like all those gems I've been finding. It's got strange bits of mushroom growing down the shaft. It looks like the place that we are. It looks like the scar in arrow form. And I pull that out. It's got a little eye in it that goes, oh, there you go. Hey, it's me. It's a weird looking arrow. But I pull that out and I aim at this dancing vulture person and I fire. And I roll to do so like this.
Okay, that is a 32, which is going to hit.
Nice.
So you hit this thing, and it lets out this horrible shriek. The gem glows and shatters. Mushrooms start sprouting out of its skin. It looks really wacky, and it's going to make a save. Okay, that is a 36.
I'm going to use a hero point.
Okay, how do you do that?
They're dancing against the arena, so Otis will pull out his holy symbol of a wasp and prick his finger.
I vow to end your life.
Wonderful. Okay.
Literally the worst, Chase.
The worst. That is a 34 though, which is not a critical success. It's a success. So go ahead and roll your normal arrow damage, and I'm going to add 8d6 to that damage as well.
Should I roll that too?
I got the 8d6
nice, brilliant.
there for you. Oh, you know, you can roll it if you want. Go for it. I
No,
gotta
no.
let you roll dice.
Okay, here we go. 8d6.
You can do better than me, I promise.
Oh, can I?
You
34.
Okay,
I'm gonna use a hero point on that and double it.
Okay, so increase it by 50%, so 45 plus 22, so 67 whopping damage. And this thing looks like it is so shook by that arrow that it stops its dance. The other one is continuing, but that's going to decrease the range of this thing quite a bit.
So Otis would know, I guess, with his knowledge earlier, that you have to stop both of them from dancing to end. Okay.
But the more that are involved in it and keep it in sync, the worse it is.
Okay, perfect.
Now, how disingenuous would it be for me to now move out of this range that we're in?
Oh, you can totally do that. Yeah, you can. If you got actions left, you got it.
I can do it in one move action. Whoop.
Yeah, you're out of there.
Which means I
So-
still have an action.
Mm-hmm. So you
Uh,
fire, you run out of this lightning.
Oh, what's a fun final action? Oh, I don't know. I will just mark one of them as... No, maybe I'll fire one more time. Why not?
Okay.
Just
so
a
he's
normal
not-
arrow.
Yep. So it'll be -5 because he's not
Yep.
marked as prey.
Oh, terrible. It's going to miss. Roll a
Yeah,
3.
that one. You're going so fast, the arrow just kind of goes way off to the side when you fire it.
Yeah.
Okay. That is it for Mavis. Also, you guys are no longer affirmated. I am. Okay, Paya.
Great.
As a free action, you can draw something that you feel weighted in your guild bag.
I will do that.
Okay, what contraptions do you pull out, Mavis? Chat loves your contraptions.
Ooh, well, luckily, it's incredibly perfect for his currently on fire situation because it's something that was it's like you pick it up, and again, it's like a weird little sort of box thing that has in it a little kind of tiny little tornado with clouds in it. It's something I tried to develop using some magical items to like quickly put out a campfire, but it's a little bit intense. It's just a sudden storm in a jar that'll just rain and wind that'll go all over, but it puts out fire pretty well. Maybe you can find a better use for it.
So he's shouting like that puts out fire.
You'll be careful, but it puts out fire pretty well.
Okay.
A little too well.
The first thing I'm going to do before I use this item to try and put out fire. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. That's what's going on.
And I'll let you use that item as a single interact action
I'm gonna,
when the time comes.
okay, I'm going to try and cast a spell on this one over here too. If it's, well, is it still within 120 feet of me?
Let me see. I can.
I'll
tell
just
you.
stop the other one from dancing.
Oh, that's right. Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
if
you're
it's
good.
in- Oh, yeah, the other one. If the other one's in range with me. Sorry, I didn't even...
I killed them both.
He
Not
is,
scared
yes.
what order.
He is in range?
He is.
Okay, I'm going to do my searing light again.
Okay, on this one right here, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not affirmated, so that's a 28, which hits.
Okay. And it's going to do... It's a fiend, so it's also going to take the good damage.
And this is a third level again?
Why did I do that? Yes.
Okay, so 10d6 is your total damage here.
So there's the fire damage
Mm-hmm.
and the good damage.
Okay, so it takes 23 and 16. It screeches and its flesh starts burning and glowing with light, but it seems determined to keep dancing.
Okay, and so I can use this item. I'm going to use
Beautiful
this.
impression,
I'm going to
Bill.
use this item.
Okay, you use an interact item. You're on fire. You like know that it looks like it twists. When you open it up, that tornado and storm just bursts out. It's gonna knock you prone, and I need Irina and Otis to make reflex saves as the fire just gouts out in this huge circle.
I take a minus to this because I'm already prone.
Yeah,
No, take a positive.
19.
that's gonna be a critical fail.
33.
That's a success. Do you have evasion? You're a cleric.
No, I worship Norgriper. I don't run from things.
Yeah, here's the base damage. So Irina, you take 11. Otis, you take 44.
I am dying 1.
Okay, Irina is dying.
What?
Leveled
glad
by
I
the
helped.
contraption.
Your items are terrible.
I didn't use it.
You're not on fire anymore, though, Paya.
I mean, that's great. So wait, I'm out of actions now, right?
You are out of actions. 2 actions to cast the spell, and 1 to activate the item.
Okay, then you have the demon or devil do what it's gonna do.
Okay,
Throat Ripper.
Otis, you're up.
Man, this
Well, what's
changes
Throat Ripper
everything.
doing?
Oh yeah, what is Throat Ripper doing?
My
Oh,
pet.
Throat Ripper. Yeah, right. Throat Ripper is gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's heading towards this one now since the other one's dead.
Can he not use like actions to move double speed or something?
If you give him actions, he can use them to
Oh,
move.
I have to
otherwise
give
he
him
just
actions,
runs.
okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, that is it for you. So Otis, you're up.
This changes everything. Does Irina still, I know she's down, but does she still have
Mhm.
vines growing out of her body?
She does, and she's still exploding with lightning everywhere.
Oh my gosh. I
Ah.
didn't realize Irina was so low.
Okay, I have 2 questions for you,
Uh-huh.
Sir Chase.
Yes.
I can go 140 feet this round. How, going up this hill over here, it won't let
Mhm.
me ping. Is this like difficult terrain to go up, or
You have
like-
to climb.
I'd have to climb even from like back here,
No, I guess, yeah, back there you should be good.
but like looping the rock and everything?
Right, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I can't do that. Otis steps up and he like drops to his knees and cradles Irina in his arms and pulls out an oil of unlife. And I don't know how oil of unlife works. Do you-
Sounds like
Her,
you'll
it's a
kill her.
healing potion.
Right, but do they drink it? Is it like
Yeah, it's
do you
like-
like
it's-
rub oil on their forehead? Like
However you want. Either or. How does Otis do it?
can it be a cigar that he smokes and blows the smoke on her, and the smoke is
That seems pretty on point, yeah.
all right? That's what he does.
So
It's
dramatic cradling, smoking, blowing the smoke.
it's an oil of unlife lesser. So do you want me to roll the healing?
Yeah, go for it.
So it's
An
2d8
arena-
plus 5.
You gasp back awake. You're wounded
We
1.
saved before this fight, right?
I think so.
We saved our game. We could just
Yeah.
load and try again.
So 16 hit points back. And I didn't actually drop prone. I want to make that.
Yeah,
that
that was
aware.
just cinematic
It's
for
a
sure.
flavor prone.
Otis
Flavor
is
prone.
Otis is going to look at the one dancing for his last action. Well, first he's going to devise a stratagem.
Uh-huh. Not so good.
Not so good. A 4. Okay. His last action, he's actually going to activate his final surge on his Draken mutagen. So you see his legs kind of shapeshift, and he can move 70 feet. So
Wow.
I'm going to.
That's one powerful cigar.
So he'll go there, and then he'll go up, and then he'll go there, and then over. So he'll run all the way to there.
Okay. Otis takes off. And that's your turn.
Yep.
Irina, you gasp awake. It's your turn.
Kill them, Otis. She's going to stay on the ground and she's gonna wrap her arms against herself, even with the vines on it. And she's gonna glow and she's gonna cast harm on herself, a 2-action harm.
Okay, 2-action harm. Irina's a bit of a, masochist. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Exactly. I don't even know anymore. It's 5th level. So
The 5th level will be 5. Yeah,
5d8?
5d8 if it's a 5th level.
Okay, 5d8 plus
4.
4d, right? Oh no, these are d10s, 5d10.
Right, harming hands or whatever it's called.
Harming hands.
Okay, I'm gonna heal for 74.
Wow.
I mean, does that
look
count
like?
as like damage that I can increase?
You know,
won't need to.
because it's a harm. Yeah.
But you won't need to, I promise.
Okay, then
That almost tops me off.
okay.
So she presses her palms like just into herself, just with the electricity still running through, and she like gets enough to concentrate to just bring herself like back, and just you see wounds start closing up as much as the lightning crackling the leather. She looks super aware now. Stop rolling things. And then for her last action,
You are prone.
Yeah, she's gonna stand up for her final action.
Okay, so you do that harm. Like the wounds start closing up around these vines. Some of them wilt and fall off, but you are still charged with electricity.
She's glaring at the ones still dancing.
Okay. It is the Vrock's turn over here. So this one is going to do a thing.
Nah, that's a bad idea.
Maybe. This one's going to screech really loud at Mavis, who just shot him with that arrow. And Mavis, I need you to make me a fortitude save. This is like piercing your ears.
I got a 25.
Okay, a 25 is going to fail.
Plus 50.
Plus 50. So you are slowed to your next turn, which means you're losing 2 actions. So you only have a single action next turn. It feels hard to move with this ringing in your ears. And then it's going to fly down over to here, and it's going to land right in front of you, Mavis. That's its turn. The next Vrock, I am dumping my 3 villain points, and he is going to start dancing more furiously, flapping around.
Where did you get 3 more villain points?
Chat's dishing them out. They're feeling sinister.
Chat, come on.
Bring it, harm me.
Okay, so Irina, you are taking this damage just from the vines.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
10. So you take 10 damage. This is the next round he started doing the dance. So Paya, you have to make me a reflex save.
Okay.
Dang.
Okay, that is a success. So you're only taking half damage from this. Irina, you're taking the full damage. So 12 for Irina, 6 for Paya. And he's just going to keep on dancing. And it looks like the area of this lightning is getting bigger again. That big there. Okay. Oh, you're just in it there, Mavis.
I'm in it.
It looks like you're gonna get hurt if you stay there next time. And it's your turn, Mavis. You have a single action.
Single action. I'm standing in an explosion, right up close to a person with a ranged bow. This is not a good situation to be in. Well, I feel like I just got to run, but I don't want to waste my turn running.
Shoot him.
What happens if I try and fire a longbow from this kind of melee range?
So if they don't have a reaction, nothing. If they do have something like op attack, then it can trigger a reaction.
Let's just attack him. What's the worst that'll happen?
He is one of the few creatures that has op attack, so he will op attack you. Okay,
do I get? Yep.
So he's gonna. I'm on the wrong thing. I'm putting more lightning everywhere. We don't want that. Okay, so he's gonna bite at you with his beak. That's gonna be a Affirmation's away from me, so that's a 34 versus your armor class.
I think that's what 27. Damn.
Okay, so it hits you, but it does not crit you. The damage is going to be 19 damage to you.
All
And
right.
if you click on your token, you can actually just click that little like person with a minus sign, and it'll apply the damage to you automatically.
There's a person with a minus sign.
Yeah, if you see the 19 in chat, just next to it, there's like a little person with a minus sign next to him.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, fun.
Okay, and now you may continue your movement. He didn't crit you, so he didn't stop your movement.
What was the movement? It was an attack. I'm shooting him.
Oh, right, you're shooting him. Fall through.
Shooting him right in the face. I'm using one of my mouth seeker arrows.
Okay, mouth seeker arrow. It is.
And I'm attacking. Oh,
Yeah,
37.
So with the mouth seeker arrow, that crits, and it's going to be triple damage.
Amazing.
So I click critical and then also damage.
Yep.
So that's 31 plus another 16.
So you shoot that right into his mouth, and the arrow whistles and like arcs up like back into the back of his beak, goes protruding out the top of his beak. So 31 damage plus 16 damage. Yeah, he's looking bad.
Oh, dead. Cool.
That was your single action. Paya, you're up.
That's a good
Okay.
single action.
I'm going to take 2 actions and use my Fiendish Wings Ancestry feat.
Take.
Sprout some bat-like wings just
Mhm.
right out of my back
Yeah.
for 10
Boom.
minutes. And then I get to have a fly speed equal to my land speed. So 5, 10. Oh, so can I can use one more action to keep moving, right?
You can. Yep.
So 5, 10.
This was the singing stream, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we can go, take
Actually, you know
these
what?
fiendish wings and learn to
guess-
fly again. Okay.
I don't know if anybody plays Apex, but like Arena is the equivalent of being stuck with an arc star right now.
Okay, then that
Here's for all
is
the-
my.
Well, there's
Those are
Apex
all my
heads out there.
actions. So now, Throat Ripper just needs to do what he's gonna do.
Okay. Throat Ripper is going to continue pursuing this demon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. He's flying over there. So you guys, Otis and Pi, you guys are 30 feet up now. Since you're up
Okay.
on this higher terrain.
I mean, I'm higher than that. I'm in the
Oh,
air.
that's true. Yeah. How high do you want to be? You can be up to 40.
I'm just whatever height I needed to be to get over this wall here.
Okay. So 35. I almost put 335. I put 350. I can check. Okay. That's it for Paya. Otis, you're up.
Okay. Step 1, devise a stratagem to decide my turn's actions.
Okay.
Okay, that's a 12. That feels pretty good. Otis is going to run up to this rock.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me calculate my movements. Do I have to go around this thing?
Yeah. Well, we'll say that's difficult terrain right there.
All right, I'll just go around it. Sorry, So I'm gonna do 2 moves because I gotta.
Okay.
And get right up on him.
Uh-huh. He's right above you. He's dancing right in there, but he is within punching range.
Well, that's not what's happening. Part
Oh.
of my move, I'm gonna leap up. I have Titan Wrestler, so Otis is gonna try to grab these wings and grapple this thing down to stop his dancing.
Beautiful. Make me that athletics check. You
Um,
are affirmated again by the chat.
Okay, it is going to be. I can tell you 1 second. Plus affirmation, so 32.
Oh, right. You did devise stratagem. 32 is gonna grapple him, and grabbing him, giving him the grab condition, you stop his dance.
Okay.
I warned you all to stop. Now I'm gonna rip your wings off.
Arena, make a reflex save.
38.
Okay, you're gonna take half damage from this. The lightning stops crackling and it all comes booming back towards you. You're able to avoid most of it, but
That is so cool. Just that visual.
right. So you take 9 damage, lightning damage, as you kind of hit the dirt as that energy comes booming back towards you. You still have the vines out of your skin, and it's very unpleasant, but they're no longer crackling with lightning.
Question: when Otis grappled this guy, I'm out of actions because I double moved and jumped up. Is that does he fall to the ground, or are we still in the air?
He probably like lands and catches himself. So I'll say he's down to 30 feet now. He doesn't full blown fall, but you yank him out from flying.
Awesome. Then Otis is just holding this guy as tight as he can.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I got.
Irina, you're up.
Common knowledge, would I know if these guys are negative or positive energy affinitive?
You, with your study ahead of demons, they're gonna be harmed by negative energy.
Harmed by negative energy? Good. Okay. I'm not prone, right?
You're not, no.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, I'm going to move. So she's gonna like brush at the vines on her arms and 1, 2, 3, 4. Move up to here. And she's going to rub her hands together and look at the one that's in front of Mavis. And she's going to go, killed her brother, I'll kill you next. She's going to do a 2-action harm. I think I'm within range.
Are you doing one from your font?
I am.
I can tell you if you're in range. You are...
Hold on. I was right here. 2, 3.
You can be right here.
Yeah, I was going to...
right there.
Yeah, okay. Then that's actually where she moved. Fun times. Okay, this is from my font, so this is 5th level, so this is 5d10.
Okay, and it's a fortitude save?
Yes.
Or is it will?
It's fortitude.
Okay, here he goes. How about a 35, unless you want to hear a point?
Yeah, she's going to just bite the inside of her cheek, spit off to the ground,
nice.
And invoke that for a fail.
Huge. That's a 21 instead. Your spit kind of has this dark blue energy to it as you spit. And 30
damage. She's also marking this one as her target too.
Okay, I'll point that too.
May the Reaper of Reputation take you away.
Okay, and Paya, what do you do to hide that? Do you like use your Diabolic Edict?
Yep.
Okay.
Just as part, just say it's like an ongoing, from what I did earlier.
You see what looks like these like runes you would see in a contract flowing through that harm energy. And that's going to be 45. How do you guys together do it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So she's got that going, and she's invoking the name of Norgriber as the blue energy goes out, and then
she just hears like in her head, just like finish it. Like a really raspy Paya.
She hears it in her ear.
Yeah, there's just this smirk from Irina as she it glows brighter.
Beautiful. Okay.
Good.
Yeah, and he shrivels from the pain, screeches out, topples, almost lands on Mavis with his arrow right through the beak. And all right, that's Irina's turn. It is this rock's turn. It is going to spend an action well grappled here, Otis, to start emitting these spores from its body.
Awesome.
And you need to make me a fortitude save.
I would love to. 26.
Okay, so is that with the affirmation included?
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to fail.
Okay.
So you are going to take some damage. This is poison damage right here. I missed one. There's one more.
Dogs hate poison.
That's what I heard too. Okay, so you take 9 poison damage, and you feel these spores settle into your skin, and you feel vines start growing out of your body as well, and you're taking persistent damage now.
Okay. Does that happen at the beginning or the end of my turn?
It'll happen at the beginning of your next turn.
Okay.
And then he is also going to just strike at you with his free claw here. That's a nat 1, which is, we're on a card here. He's going to deal the damage to himself. So does Otis like wrestling him back into?
So, absolutely. Otis is trying to literally rip his wings off. And as he goes, is he biting? What's his attack? Is he
He's
scratching?
clawing at you right now.
Clawing?
Yeah.
Otis rips a wing around, kind of like as a shield, and he just slashes right through his own wing.
Nice. Okay, yeah, he slashes his own wing for 30 damage, and he's gonna take one more swing at you. With a 20, you've got him so grabbed, he just can't get you.
Otis flips around to the other side of his body with his wing and just stretches it backwards as he's trying. He just can't get this Otis.
Beautiful. Okay, that's the Rock's turn. Mavis, you're up.
All right. First action. Bend down and start plucking some of the wings off this dead guy. I need those for later.
Yeah, of course.
We are in a fight. What are you doing?
You just get a good fistful real quick.
No, just as long as you'd think is just an annoying amount of time.
Nice.
Second action. I'm gonna mark. What's the range on being able to mark him as prey?
Just gotta be able to see him.
Great. He's now my prey.
Okay.
Am I anywhere vaguely close enough to shoot? Where am I at? Oh, just off. Okay.
What's the range on a longbow?
I think it's 100 feet.
120, I believe.
Oh, I thought mine was 100.
It's 100 feet
Oh, is it?
for a
Okay,
longbow.
so with the range increment, you're actually not going to take it because he's your hunted prey. That's a perk of hunt prey. So you would
beautiful.
take a -2, but since he's hunted, you're good.
Well, then I'm going to use my last single action to fire twice.
Nice. Any special arrows or just good old?
I think I'm running out, so I'll just shoot him.
Okay.
He's flat-footed too, so I imagine Otis is arcing his chest towards you.
Oh yeah, what's the risk that I shoot Otis in the face?
Only if you crit fail.
Okay, well, here it comes. First one's a 25 without any affirmation-y stuff.
So yeah, we have no affirmation. It's at 0, but because he's flat-footed, that hits.
Oh man.
Okay, he's your hunted prey, so your second shot's going to be at a -3.
Yep, and I did 13 damage that first one.
Very nice.
The next one, well, I don't know what you want me to do for -3.
Roll a +5 or roll the -5 and I'll add 2 to it.
Great. Ooh,
That's gonna hit.
nice. For more damage. Oh, I rolled it twice by accident.
No, you're good.
Just take the better one.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. It was an accident, clearly. Okay, -11 damage there. Man, Flurry Ranger's getting it done. Okay, that is Mavis's turn. Paya, you're up.
Hiya, yay. Okay. Let's see. 5. I am going to cast Vampiric Embrace. Or
Okay.
Vampiric Maiden.
Cool.
Vampiric Maiden. Okay. Is that an attack roll? Is that a save?
It is a save, and I believe it is reflex.
Okay.
Fortitude.
Fortitude save. Rolling it up. No affirmation. That is a 24.
Fail.
Is that almost a crit fail?
27 was the DC.
Okay.
Your level, no.
You know what? Reroll it anyways. Let's go for a 1.
Okay, going for a hero point. See if we get the 1. Not quite.
So
Worth a
close.
try though. Okay, what happens here? Vampiric Maiden. Here's vital. You deals 44 piercing damage and 44 negative. Target must attempt a fortitude save, gain temporary hero points equal to the negative damage the target takes. Okay, and it failed. So it's trapped within the maiden, takes full damage, and is immobilized by the maiden for 1 round until it uses an interaction to extricate itself.
Yeah, it is literally like an Iron Maiden that just appears and like closes on it.
Do you let go of him, Otis?
What was that?
Or
Yes.
are you pulling a wing out?
No, I'm holding a wing out. If I'm still grappling him and I cannot
sure.
be encased in this thing with him.
Okay, and what level are you casting this at, Paya?
Level 4.
Okay, and what level of spell is this? Like, what's the base level?
4.
Okay, so here's the damage you're going to heal for. You heal for 9. It takes 9.
Or those are the temp hit points I get.
Oh, yeah, 10 hit points. That's what I meant. And here's the additional damage it takes. So it takes a total of 21. Any hero points?
That
I can't
means
hero
use
point
1.
myself, can I?
You can.
I'm gonna hero point at that. I'll double it.
Okay, so 50% extra is going to be 31 damage. And you heal for 9. And he's
Awesome.
immobilized.
Double
Hey.
immobilized.
And my last action I'm gonna give to Throat Ripper.
Okay. So he's going to move up, and you want to do an attack with him?
Sure do.
We'll say the rock's head is exposed, right? Like it's trapped in there. It's got a
Yeah.
wing pulled out. Its head is popping out of the maiden. Because it doesn't
Okay.
say you can't attack him.
Oh, I love watching these dice almost land on a 2.
That's going to crit.
Even though it's a virtually rolled dice, it's not calculated. Like it knew it was going to be an 18 when it was rolled. It's still exciting.
It is, right?
So I just need to roll that one more time.
Yep.
Oh,
How does it do it?
So this Iron Maiden has like an eye slit, like, you know, so that you can see. So he just gets his barb and like shoves it through there, and it comes out the other side of just blood dripping on it. And the Iron
Wonderful.
Maiden just kind of fades as this demon is just hanging. And then it throws it down to the ground.
Nice. There's one final screech. Otis, you kind of rip the wing off as it falls down. And we are out of initiative.
I mean, Otis is gonna go down probably from persistent damage. So
Oh, that's true. I guess we are not quite out of initiative yet. Okay,
Only if we want to save Otis.
that's true. That's true. We might be out of initiative.
Otis, roll me a flat check.
Okay.
You take 7 damage as vines are sprouting out of your body.
14.
You're still taking the damage. They're slowly growing out of you.
I go down.
Okay. Would you like to heroic recovery?
Yeah, I would love to, actually.
Okay.
Will that get rid of the persistent? Because if
Yeah.
not, I don't want to do it.
For sure.
Okay. Yeah.
How does it look like? How are you recovering from that? It looks like you're about to collapse.
Okay. I grab in my other pocket or pouch a symbol of Norgorber and jab that into my other hand. And I feel a connection to Irina that like brings him back up.
Okay. Beautiful. Yeah. You shrug it off. The vines are kind of growing, and as the rock fades away, the vines kind of start to wither away and fall out of your skin. You still have these like kind of big gaping holes in your pores from where the vines were growing out. It's very nasty
Ew.
for both of you.
Can I cut its heart out?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Otis is gonna do that.
Okay.
And then is it pretty easy? I don't even know what these hearts look like. Is it a normal? What does its heart look like?
Yeah. So its heart looks more or less like a human heart, but it's distorted and black, not quite the right shape, but it's similar.
Okay.
But
He actually
you can get
doesn't.
out easy enough.
He doesn't rip it out. He just opens the chest cavity and leaves a little knife jabbed in the heart and walks away.
Okay. How does Mavis feel about that?
He goes, oh yeah. I'll just put that heart in my pack. You never know. Demon hearts are magical. They're powerful things.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you need them.
That's so great.
I've run out of my demon banishing arrows, and that's a key component.
That's very true. All right. You guys are out of initiative. You see no more rocks around. Mavis, you know you're very close to the door. It's probably just about a 5-minute walk around this way here.
All right, can everybody move? I feel like maybe like being out here is not the best idea. So maybe we, like, I know you're all hurt, but maybe we kind of just leg it for the door.
Irina's gonna cast heal on Otis before we go.
There's no time.
Shut up.
Otis will stumble to Irina like he's like.
Yeah, and she's got like her hands are this lighter energy now. She's like wincing with it, but then she puts her hands on Otis's shoulders. And this is a 4th level. 20.
Come on, Irene.
32. Okay, Otis heals for 46.
Well, I appreciate that.
Of course.
These gaping wounds from the vines start to seal up.
Let us go, indeed. Lead the way.
All right, come on, quickly. Mavis takes off. No time to waste.
Okay. You guys follow Mavis?
Not
I'm
even
imagining.
stopping for gems anymore.
What else would we do?
Okay. Yeah. Just a 5-minute walk, maybe shorter because he's kind of, jogging now, it seems. You guys round this corner, and in the side of one of these canyon cliffs, sure enough, there is this very strange, sinister looking door here. There's runes drawn on it that look like they're not so much words as something ritualistic. And this is what you guys see here. There is an inscription above the door. What language do you guys speak? Speak out your languages.
Like all of them?
Yeah, start shouting out languages.
Common, Gnomish, Goblin, Halfling, Necrol, Shadow Tongue, Shuni, Terran.
I see.
Catch him, gotta catch him all.
So you know a few.
Just a few.
Okay, you recognize, Otis, that it's written in Necrol above the door. And above the door, it reads, oh, and I want to mention something here first. We have Bill here as our guest. Bill is, expert escape room extraordinaire here. So he has actually designed this puzzle for us. So Bill will not be participating in the puzzle, or as will Mavis, but
Depends how long we have for the rest of this stream.
right,
Oh.
yes, maybe. So here's the
Spent a
deal
lot
for
of
you
time
guys.
fighting birds.
I will let you guys use your abilities to solve this puzzle. I will give you hints with your int checks if you can't solve it. If you guys can solve it without intelligence assistance, I will give each of your characters a hero point at the start of the next portion of this session in a couple weeks.
Wait. If we can solve it without what?
Without using your
int checks.
intelligence checks for hints.
I mean, so you're saying that if we as players can solve this puzzle, then our characters get a boon.
Right.
Great. Bring it on.
Okay.
Now,
Sharp rocks at the bottom.
Sharp rocks at the bottom. So
Hey, wait.
above the door, it reads, "As I return home, so too must my prey." The door itself is adorned with some skulls. From left to right, you can see that there is the skull of a giant fish, a dragon, a salamander, and then there's this dried head of a giant spider. There's also a clear space between the fish and the dragon skulls. Roll perception checks.
Sorry, what it was? Fish, dragon, salamander.
Giant fish, dragon, salamander, dried head of a giant spider.
Yep. that is
Do you
correct.
have a visual of all this information?
I don't. I should have made one,
Okay.
but I didn't.
Uh,
So you have to.
Before we go
Hey.
further, does chat need to be quiet about it?
Yeah. If chat wants to help you guys out, I'll see if chat can get it. You guys just don't watch chat for a minute.
Okay,
We'll use
that
honor
sounds
system
good.
of chat.
I'm gonna minimize the chat.
Mavis says, "Oh man, I just don't get this puzzle. I'm just gonna take a break and use the bathroom over here. You guys have a go."
Otis, I'm going
Very
to throw this
good.
man to the pit fiends.
I agree. I'm slowly wanting Dorian back.
I'm not going to make you guys roll perception checks because you guys have like Otis being an inspector. So you guys are going to have all the information you need for the puzzle here. So you've got the skulls. Below the doorway, you see 5 shallow metal bowls. They appear to be kind of like sealed to the ground, so immovable, and clearly positioned in the same way as the skulls. They're directly below them. 2 of these bowls are empty, while the bowl beneath the spider head is packed full of bundled spider webs. The skull beneath the salamander the bowl beneath the salamander has a layer of ash, and the bowl beneath the blank space is filled with mud. Otis, that's odd triggers. You'll also see a pile of various skulls.
You cut out
off
there.
to the side of the door.
Maybe it was just for me, but I missed what you said.
That's odd triggers. You also see a pile of various skulls off to the side of the door. Within those skulls, you can see strewn in the dirt near the door is a ram's skull, a boar's skull, an ape's skull, and a human skull.
Man, this is a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Start unpacking.
Well, I mean, like in terms of like I'm having a hard time visualizing.
You got some scratch paper.
Can
Can you guys use the drawing tool here?
I don't want that.
No, you have to act. You have to turn that ability on.
Ah, I see.
Okay, so let's. I'm gonna repeat this, and you tell me if we're correct or wrong.
For sure.
So, there is in Necrol. It says, "When I return home, so does my prey." So
As I return home, so too must my prey.
Oh goodness. Okay, I'm already off to a terrible start. As I return home, so too
Must my prey.
my prey. Okay. As I return home, so too must my prey. Then there are skulls, and left to right we have a giant fish, a dragon, a salamander, and a dried head of a giant spider. So 4 skulls.
Yes.
Correct? Okay.
There's also a clear space between the fish and dragon skull.
Yeah, between fish and dragon skull, empty space.
Mhm.
Below the door, there are 5 shallow metal bowls that are sealed to the ground and immovable, like they can't be moved. Okay. And they are directly below the skulls, correct?
Right.
Okay. 2 of them are empty. The one beneath the spider has spider webs.
Yes, it's packed full of bundled spider webs.
Okay. The one beneath the salamander has ash. Blank space is filled with mud. Skulls off the side that Otis noticed. There's a ram skull, a boar skull, ape skull.
And a human skull.
And a human skull.
Also, Otis and Paya, you guys have the proper knowledge. Did you guys would know a salamander is like a lizard serpentine type creature that's from the fire plane.
And these skulls are movable?
The skulls are just loose on the ground.
Okay. So I'm guessing that we have to position the skulls above the right bowls, is my guess.
And it needs to be related to their homes. So a web is a spider's home. Ash could represent the fire plane.
Spiders use their webs to catch their prey.
Oh yeah, we have to remember that. As I return home, so too must my prey.
Like a salamander, I assume, uses fire, and their prey would just turn to ash.
Dragons could also use fire, depending on the dragon. But we know salamanders definitely do use fire, Chase. That's what you said?
Salamanders are from the fire plane, yeah.
Okay.
They live in fire.
Okay.
But checking on chat, see how chat's doing.
Fish. So a fish would just
now
be
chat's doing pretty well.
water?
A fish could be water because that's where it lives. A giant fish could eat something.
Dragons typically have a den?
What
Like
happens
a
if I move
cave?
one?
If you move a skull,
Yeah, so I'll move the fish skull over into the empty space.
feels like the fish skull is mounted on there.
Oh, that doesn't move. I checked the rest of the skulls.
That none of them move.
None of them move. And the bowls don't move either?
Bowls don't move either.
I removed the spider webbing.
Okay.
It comes out?
It comes out.
Okay. I put it back.
It's sticky on your hands.
Okay. Okay, so nothing moves. So we're just trying to figure out what goes in these bowls and what goes into that empty the 2 empty spaces?
One empty
one.
space.
One empty space.
And
We
none of the
assume
skulls
that's all we
move.
have to do.
So the salamander has the ash underneath. And we can move what's inside the bowls. And we're trying to figure out something that's returning home, and the prey has to also return home.
Dragons have hordes of gold, so there may be something with that.
Yeah.
Putting
actually, yeah.
coin into the dragon's bowl.
Let's see what happens if we put some coin in there.
I'll put coin in the dragon bowl.
Okay. The coin in the dragon bowl.
Giant fish. Does anybody have water? Can
I
anyone,
mean,
can anyone produce water?
I have an adventurer's kit. I imagine it comes with a water skin.
Do you want to put water in
Sure.
the fish bowl?
Well, isn't the fish... What's under the fish?
Nothing.
Just a
the-
bowl.
Just a
Yeah,
bowl. It's
I want to
empty.
put water in that.
Okay. Dump a little bit of water under the fish.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Nothing happens yet.
Nothing happens yet.
Okay, so we have water under the fish. We have gold under the dragon. We have ash under the salamander, and we have webs under the spiders. Okay.
And there's also that, like, you got like this bowl of mud here, but there's no skull above it, which is kind of weird.
Right. Yeah.
Uh,
Hey, you go
A
back to
boar.
sleeping.
A boar. Don't boars like to be in mud?
well, I was gonna say boars like mud, but you said the boar skull doesn't move.
No, it does. That's off to the side.
Oh,
So we have the ram,
put-
boar, ape, human.
Put the boar skull over the mud.
Okay, I will. Does it
Okay.
lock in place?
It looks like it fits nicely on there. It doesn't
Okay.
lock, but
I take the ram skull. Does it fit nicely there too?
does not.
What about the ape or the human?
No, they kind of fit awkwardly on the hooks on the mount.
Okay,
Okay.
so it's the boar skull. Okay.
You know what? What if it's as I return home, so too must my prey? What if like what would eat spiders, right? All this spider webbing. Like if we move that to the salamander, like that probably eats
Apes-
spiders.
Apes eat spiders.
But the ape skull doesn't fit.
Well,
Cause like maybe we're looking for what these things would eat. Like, does the fish eat anything in these bowls? I don't even remember what's in all the bowls.
There was nothing in the bowls except for spider web beneath the giant dried spider head, and there was mud beneath the empty one. And that was all that was in the
Oh, do these other skulls
No.
fit in the bowls?
They do not.
Okay.
No.
The skulls are too big for these little. flat
So we've
bowls.
put
Wait,
water. We've
yes.
filled all the bowls, though, right?
So we have everything in bowls. Fish has water, dragon has coin, salamander has ash, and the spider has webs. And all of so the bowls
Can
all
I-
have something in it, and we have a boar's head above the mud.
You guys also see looks like maybe like remnants of some firewood in the bowl with the ash.
So we need to light a fire in the salamander's bowl because it's from the fire plane. Flint and steel. I have an adventurer's kit too. Is that usually in adventurer's kits?
I mean, I have produce flame.
I have flint and steel. Oh, do you want to do produce flame?
Yeah, I'll just do that.
Okay, do produce flame in the salamander one. We'll
Okay.
put fire with the salamander.
Okay, so you're lighting up the fire in the bowl of ash.
Yeah, we'll pick up some I'm like probably broken wood pieces and throw it in, and then have Paya do produce flame. Does anything happen?
Okay, yeah. So you light up that fire in the bowl, and as you do, you hear this slow rumble and this voice kind of on the wind. Welcome home. And then the door slowly starts sliding down into the ground.
Well done, you two.
Very good. Yeah, nice job selling that. We'll give your group, including Themis, a hero point at the start of the next session.
Oh no, Themis isn't here. She doesn't get anything.
And a special point for V is for victory, who solved the entire thing immediately in the chat.
Did she? Very nice.
Like 2 seconds in, just went, oh look, they're in their homes. Put these in these. Mud board done. Let's go.
Very nice. Well done, chat. Well done. V is for victory. So Maven, you're sitting back here. You use the bathroom. You come back. They're still working on the puzzle. You see the blood stain of your old friend just kind of chilling there on the floor right behind him.
Maybe when we did it, we should have tried the puzzle. We just opened it. We just tried to pull the door and it didn't really work.
You didn't have one of your contraptions to open the door?
No, that's the problem. I had a specific door opening contraption. I thought I can skip the puzzle, use the contraption, and then my friend died in a fiery explosion.
I suggest you stick to the bow and leave contraptions to the professionals.
I suggest you stick to smoking guitars and leave smoking cigars. Damn, I ruined it. I said guitars instead. I'll go
You
home.
sure did. Try again.
You're a dog man.
Indeed I am. You're so perceptive.
And Mavis, this is what you were contracted for. This is your job done. They're not contracted to escort you out or anything. You had to bring them here, and now you can go get paid.
All right. Anyone want to lend me some kind of thunder griff?
You'll need to take off the eye patch first.
What eye patch?
That you've been wearing this whole time?
I gave it to Irina.
Did you
before.
see me rip the wing off of a rock? Do you want to try me?
I did see you, and you know how I saw you? I didn't even have an eye patch on. I could see you with both eyes, so that's how it goes. All right, bye everybody. I'll see you later.
Throat Ripper, get that eye patch from him.
The devil teleports in front of you. Come on, let's not make this violent.
All right, here you go.
Hey,
Gonna
Throat
scoop it up with, like,
Ripper.
a barbed claw.
Throat Ripper, take his gems too.
I don't listen
Nope,
to
need
you.
those.
Paya.
Take his gems.
All right.
Not
you
uncontested, you won't.
Not uncontested, you are.
You want to contest Throat Ripper?
Contesting.
do you run?
Yep, as fast as I can.
He's,
Otis is not gonna chase you.
he's so fast. And I don't know if you
35
realize this,
base
but
speed, losers.
he also has a climb speed, and he's just flies up like a cliff. Like, your devil kind of like flies after him for a little bit, and then like looks back at you.
I'm back.
Instruction.
As he's running, before he gets too far away, can I just throw a bolas and see if it trips him?
Yeah,
Not uncontested.
that's true. You will have to hit his AC. Go for it.
That's fine. Here we go. It's not a high roll. 29.
29. What do bolas do here?
They target armor class, and then let me look up the rest.
You used
oh,
the
it's
bola
actually
very early on.
it's actually I use my athletics check instead because I'm trying to trip him. I think
Oh.
I don't actually know. Nope, the attack rolls against his fortitude DC.
Okay,
The trip.
let's see here.
And I'm loosely making that up because it'll take me a while to look it up, but it sounds right.
It sounds good enough for me, so we'll go with it. Let's see, your fortitude DC. Ooh. Yeah, you go running. Otis hits you with the bola.
Road Ripper.
What's my fortitude DC? I have no idea.
It's it's your fortitude bonus plus 10. So you do get tripped.
Can Thrower like fly above him?
Yeah, he'll go. He'll stop and kind of slowly land down. Come on, let's just make this easy.
Mavis, where are you gonna go? You need to leave safely. You shouldn't run off into the wilderness.
It would be very dangerous to do so, especially with a beacon that bright.
Now, from my experience of opening that door beforehand, when the puzzle wasn't fully solved, trying to have the door open caused a big, terrible explosion. So I'm going to aim my bow at that boar's head and try and knock it off from where I'm at.
Okay, yeah, make an attack.
Retroactively unsolving the puzzle while the door's open. So I'll just make an attack roll.
Oh man.
Cool, here we go.
Not uncontested.
Does he get
34.
a negative for being prone?
Nah, I've got prone fire as a feat.
Oh.
Can we now hero point to make him reroll?
Yeah,
I used all of my hero points.
I don't have any, but I think Irina
I've got
does.
heaps, so I use them all.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I get. I use them all. This is my final arrow of the game. I use all of my hero points.
It's true. He counters your hero point with a hero point.
no,
He
that's
hits that
fine.
boar's skull. You all need to make a reflex save.
That seems right.
I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm just
I'm
throwing
getting
this out
away in the
here.
confusion.
34.
34. Okay, Irina, you're
30
going to.
4 as
Nat
well.
20.
Okay, Paya is fine. Yeah, the two of you, there's a big. The boar's head goes down. The door comes crashing or flying back.
Oh, wait,
up.
no. My devil got a nat 20. I got a 28.
Okay, Paya, you're knocked prone. You're taking some damage.
But my devil was not in range, I don't think. So
Yeah, no, he was. He just flew away. He's over there by Mavis. So 16 damage to Paya. You know what? We're gonna let our guest Mavis here dump his hero points. You slip the bola, and he is just gone.
I'm out.
Awesome.
Gems, explosions. See you later. I'm getting my money.
oh, Throat Ripper didn't grab him before he could run away.
He's too slow.
He tried to get him. This guy has been so insanely fast the whole time. He's nimble. He's slippery. He's flying up the cliffs. Your devil tries to grab him. He's just gone.
As you all recover from the explosion of the door, you see an arrow fly through the air with a weird-looking contraption on the end that you've never seen before. And it lands right in the center, and there's a puff of smoke that flies up as the contraption explodes, and you see it form into the shape of two hands that go up into the air going... And Mavis is gone.
Beautiful.
Otis will look at Irina and go,
I believe we have a new name for the book.
I believe you are correct.
And we will wrap up there as you guys are sorting the puzzle back out again. You hear the same echo as you get it back into place. You guys know that you are now to enter this shrine and use Kara's stone. And we'll wrap up there.
nice.
Very good. Hey, thank you so much for joining, Bill. Very fun. For the players here, we're going to finalize the loot and everything after the second session, because technically this one's a two-parter. So you players will level up. You will gain your new hit points. You'll gain your new spell slots, but you're not going to fully heal or top off or any of that jazz. Yeah, Bill, go ahead and tell us one more time. Plug your stuff. Tell us about what you do.
Yeah, well, look, that was a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody, for having me. It was great to play around. You all missed out on getting my alchemical arrows. If you'd been friendly, that's the reward you would have gotten. But, you know, instead, you get nothing. You get smoke and a disappearance. So I do a couple different things. You can see there. I'm writing a show called Escape This Podcast, where we do tabletop role-playing game. We do TTRPG style escape rooms. Release new episodes of those every 2 weeks. We just did a Christmas special with Alex Horn, the creator of Taskmaster. If you want to go check that out. Otherwise, we also have another show called Solve This Murder, where we solve murder mysteries, or I try and solve murder mysteries that my wife puts together. And everything. We also have a Twitch channel. Again, I'll say hi in the chat, or I'll say bye in the chat. I'm about to leave. Bye.
Yeah,
which
there
is
you go.
play this game live, where we play like Nancy Drew games, as well as a whole bunch of other stuff. We were doing an item randomized Dark Souls playthrough recently. It's all a bunch of ridiculous stuff there. But everything I do, you can find at consumethismedia.com. So yeah, it was great to be here, and thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you very much. I was talking about in the break. I love your logo. It's super cool. Very clever. Awesome. Yeah, so chat, that's it for us. Players, do you have any final questions before we wrap up?
No.
Very good. So we will be back next week with the other two guilds. We're going to alternate these. They're each doing a two-part session. So next week we have the Company of Honor and the Foresight faction. We're going to be joined by Mitch with Penny for a Tale. They're going to begin the assault on Roan's actual stronghold here. Following that week, we're going to finish this session to see if these guys can finish off destroying the Phylactery, and then we'll finish it all off the last week with the actual encounter with Roan. So it should be fun. Make sure you keep up with it. If you guys would like to support our channel, please follow or subscribe on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or any of those. You can also show your support by purchasing dice and accessories from one of our affiliate partners. After all, if you're going to help us, you might as well get some fancy math rocks out of it. You'll find those links as well as our Patreon in the discount section below, or if you guys are watching back on YouTube, in the description. If you're already doing one or all those things, thank you so much for your support. It means the world. You guys let us do what we do, and we appreciate it so much. Now, go take a long rest. Do not go into Sarkora's Scar. Do not mess with Mavis's contraptions. They are dangerous. And we will catch you guys next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.